Hey everyone, welcome to the EXTV Watch Along, where we'll be taking on Argentina, Switzerland in this game today. And I'll be honest, folks, I'm managing all this myself. And we're a couple of minutes before kickoff, 15 minutes before kickoff. And before we start, we do have the match preview with the kind folks of SofaScore, myself and Gaston Hoffman. We did a match preview. So hopefully you'll check that out. And obviously, England just got past Norway in a very close game, folks. A very close game. I really thought that at one point that Norway were going to snatch it, but we do have our watch-alongs and match previews on extvmedia.com. So everybody who's joining in as well, we will have a couple minutes chat. I had to kind of catch my breath and, wake up and, set up the TikTok as well, which is what we're doing right now. So we're live on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook. And tonight, where, I have a little bit more time to set up the live. Well, my device is giving me a little bit of trouble here when I'm trying. It's running really slow. But I'm going to try to fix it here really quickly. So we're a couple of minutes before kickoff, and Argentina, the players are starting to get onto the pitch. The rumored lineups, Tagliafico is going to start instead of Medina, and I think Alvarez is going to start, but we'll confirm that shortly. And make no mistake, folks. Make no mistake, this is going to be a very difficult game. This is going to be a very difficult game. So I'm going to try to set up the TikTok while we're talking here. And let's do that. So yes, so everyone who's joining us, we were here for the last stream. I'm doing a double stream tonight. And like I said, this is very difficult for me, but I try my best. So everybody who's joining in as well, Facebook, everywhere, be sure to tell your friends, family. Argentina taking on Switzerland. And before you get started, start dropping your predictions, your comments, thoughts, and suggestions. Scan that QR code. We're trying to get to that 10,000 mark on YouTube and 1,000 on TikTok. I mean, we're trying to get to 5,000 on TikTok. So, show your support, because when you do that, you automatically qualify for a chance to win EXTV giveaways, such as a jersey, football jersey, club or country, and a copy of EAFC 27 when it comes out. We already had our 2 winners, so we will be doing that draw. So when you do those things, you qualify. So I'm loading up the TikTok here, folks. I usually use my mics, but this device dies really quickly. So I'm just setting it up here with a charger connected to it. And I'm gonna go live in a couple seconds. So on TikTok. So I'm gonna stay live here as well, folks. And like I said, a lot of people like the play-by-play. So I'm gonna set that up in the meanwhile from SofaScore. And the players are coming out. I would lie to you, folks. I think this is gonna be a very dangerous game for Argentina. I think it's gonna be very difficult for Argentina. I honestly think a lot of people are underestimating all the teams. A lot of people are talking about Argentina and England. Well, Argentina kind of scraping through, but let's be very honest. England had a close game. They had a close game against Mexico and all that. So, it's going to be very difficult for all these teams to really kind of, make it through. So I'm going to have my, if you see me moving around, it's because I'm multitasking and doing a whole bunch of things. I'm setting up the play-by-play for everybody to see. So you have a lot of cool options to see when we look at this game. So the players are warming up. I don't know the lineups yet. And of course, we're working together with SofaScore as well. I just loaded up, I think, the wrong one. So let me just fix that really quickly here. And yes. So the players are coming out. The energy is live. I'm going to load up my TikTok in a minute. I want to save the battery power on my TikTok. And I'm going to set up and make sure you guys get the best you can get. So I think I'm going to have to reload it again, folks, which is very annoying. So I'm going to reload this. It's a widget of the SofaScore matchup. So the players are coming out, folks. Argentina versus Switzerland. And I know there's people from all over the world who are taking in this game with me. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm just setting up the graphic here. We have to do it for each game. And the last game for Argentina was difficult. And make no mistake, folks, this is going to be a difficult game. So everybody in the chat here, start dropping your predictions as well. Facebook, everybody else. And, get your friends to join in as well, because this is going to be a rough one tonight, folks. This is going to be a rough one. So while we're talking here, I'm fixing the screen. So if you see me seriously multitasking, I have my Argentina scarf on. I don't know what jersey they're going to wear. Do I have to switch to the away jersey? Let's see. So the players are going to do the anthem. I may start with the anthem today, folks.
World Cup final.
So I'm just kind of fixing this. So when the game starts, we'll have the play-by-play. So we had the match preview. You all could check that out. And I will try my best to, sort this out. So I'm going to go live on TikTok now. Just Scaloni and a coach. Lionel Scaloni has been a gentleman of a coach. And we'll see how it goes. So make sure everybody's hearing me. If everybody's hearing me in the chat, share with your friends, share with your family. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So a lot of people are asking me to share this. I'm going to share it with them right now. So the anthem. Are you hearing it, folks? The national anthem. Well, you won't hear it because I'm lowering the volume just to make sure there's no copyright issues. So all my people out there, let me know what you're thinking. Yeah. I'm feeling it, folks. I'm feeling this one. This is going to be a hard game. You will never hear from me. This is going to be an easy game. Come on, guys. Vamos, Argentina. Vamos, Argentina. People in the TikTok as well. Welcome. We're having our Argentina versus Switzerland TikTok live. We had one earlier, but I didn't do it on TikTok. So this time we're doing it for this game. I'm in the studio tonight. And this is a massive game. So people in the TikTok as well. Christopher Rag has joined. And the anthem is there. Come on. Vamos, Argentina. If they are playing in the away jersey, I will switch into the away jersey. What do you think, folks? I'm seeing them in their training jacket. So I assume they're going to play in the blue. I have my Argentina scarf on. Yes. And it's going to be a difficult game. We did our match preview, the more technical side on extvmedia.com. Also, we have a match preview with the kind folks of SofaScore as well. So you could check that out. So Christopher has joined. Royalty has joined. And like I said, everybody's joining in. Let me know where you're watching the game. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. And we're live on Facebook. So we have a lot of content for everybody to see as well. So I'm going to just make sure my chat and everything is in order. I'm not iShow speed, but I'll make sure it works. I don't know what my camera is doing right now. So if you're joining in, folks, start smashing those likes and giving your predictions. I am doing a lot of multitasking here. So let's see. Let's see how it goes, folks. I'm just going to get the chat running. It's running on YouTube already. The last England stream did really well on YouTube. We got at least, 2,500, I think, or 2,000. And on the Facebook watch-alongs, we get a lot of following in the 10,000, sometimes more. So this is a big one tonight, folks. Argentina, who's going to take it? A very hard game, folks. A very hard game. So let's see. Let's see how this is going to go, folks. Let's see how this is going to go. I'm just loading, getting with the chat here. If I'm pausing for a second because I'm juggling multiple things. So there's a couple ads there. We're going to see the lineups in a little while. Like I said, folks, I've been doing back-to-back games. And it's been very difficult. But I'm doing it for you all. So I'm seeing people already starting to come in. I'm starting to see people already coming in. YouTube as well. Start dropping your comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Who you think is going to win. And the players are lining up. I'm seeing, I'm sure the players already know their squads, but a lot of the players in their training gear. And we'll get to see the starting lineups in a while. So I'm seeing Mali has joined, Alim has joined, Hon has joined. People in the TikTok, like I said, you're not here just for style. If you comment, like, follow, and all these things, you automatically qualify for the EXTV giveaways. We're here at the EXTV studio, as you can see here. And, are you supporting Argentina? Are you not supporting Argentina? Let me know. And of course, we're live on TikTok, Twitch, and so on. It has a lot more content there as well if you're joining in. So Paula, welcome. Kimai, welcome. Alon, welcome. Brian, welcome. So I know a lot of people. The game is a couple of minutes before kickoff. And let's take a look at the lineups. So I'm seeing Priya Islam has liked. I appreciate that, Priya. I think I remembered you from last time. Darren. Oh, what was that? Brian has liked. I appreciate that. Stay Toxic, welcome back. I'm seeing a lot of people liking the live, and I appreciate that. So like I said, folks, before we start, I want to let everybody know, when you share, like, comment, you automatically qualify for giveaways, and also you can have some banter as well. Respectfully, of course. So like I said, I'll be here and also on YouTube and Twitch. So we're all over the place. And let's take a look at the lineups. So Argentina with a 4-1-3-2 again, slight variation. Martinez at the back, Tagliafico left back, Lisandro Martinez, Cristian Romero as the centre back pairing, Molina Paredes as the sole number 5, Alexis McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, and Rodrigo De Paul as a 3 in front of the front 2. And Julian Alvarez starts today, and Lionel Messi. So it's a little bit of a variation. It's a 4-1-3-2 formation with the 3 midfielders just behind the attackers and 1 sole defensive midfielder. And of course, 4-2-3-1 for Switzerland. Ricardo Rodriguez, Manuel Akanji, the Inter Milan man, Nico Elvedi, Dennis Zakaria, Granit Xhaka, key man for them today, Remo Fruglia, Debril So, Fabien Raida, Dan Nedov, and Bril Embolo. So 4-2-3-1. So let's see if the tactics work. And everybody, I really want you all, before we start, good night. Stay toxic. That's a hilarious name. I looked at some of your posts. They're really funny. Be sure to share with your friends. It really helps. And, you know, it really helps the channel as well. So before we get started and I get into the game and I can't talk much, smash that like button, comment, share with your friends. All these things throughout the game. You automatically qualify for giveaways. A jersey, which is football jersey, home or away, club or country, and also, you know, a copy of EAFC 27 when it comes out. Other cool prizes. So the players are doing a moment of silence here, I think. I see El Payaso is gone. Could have made a few changes. Yes, we'll see. We'll see. Thing is, when you're in a tournament, it's very difficult to make changes. So I'm going to set up the play-by-play here, folks. So I'm just going to load that up. So I'm going to load the play-by-play that's available to me by SofaScore. And make sure it's up on the screen when you guys are ready. And I have to make sure my clock is okay. Let me load my clock up here to make sure I get it correct. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. I am doing a marathon. So Francis, everybody who's joining, Sanil, Ellie, Ronnie, Kuzo, Julio Clinton. Like I said, folks, drop those likes and follows because we want to get to 1,000 and you qualify for a chance to win. So let's get ready. We're a couple seconds away from kickoff. And I'm not using my mic. I actually disconnect the mic because I want to charge this device. It dies really quickly. So Switzerland, Argentina. We're about to do the kickoff. I'm not hearing the countdown as I would like. I know, and we're off. And we're off. So Switzerland beginning to play here, folks. And we'll see how it goes. I'm already nervous already, folks. I am very nervous. This is not going to be an easy game. Let me put this on my face. You guys can see me. I'm going to be leaning forward a lot. People in the chat, let me know who you think is going to win. Let me see. Who do you think is going to win? So let me load up the 3D play-by-play. So Switzerland with their first cross in. Argentina trying to clear it, not dealing with it well. Forcing a bit of a shot. McAllister dropping back deep to help out. And applying some physicality to the Argentina team, which the crowd loves. And what I've seen is a lot of teams now, because of Cabo Verde and Egypt, they're not going to be afraid to attack Argentina. That's just the reality, folks. That's just the reality. So I'm just fixing the momentum up here. People in the TikTok, let me know what's going on. Let me know who do you think is going to win. Why you're watching. So I'm fixing this while we speak, folks. So I'm just fixing the on-screen, which is going to pop up any minute now from SofaScore. It's going to give you the momentum and the play-by-play. So there we go. It should be up on the screen here now, folks. It should be up on the screen. Let me know if you guys see it. Oh my goodness, folks. The stress has begun. The stress has begun. So the winner of this game will be facing England, who just got by Norway 2-1. That was a very close game. And at this point in the tournament, what you get here, this is the big boy team. So that, if you're looking to the people who are on YouTube and Twitch and so on, if you look to the, what would be the left of me, you will see the momentum map and also the play-by-play brought to you by SofaScore. So I suffered in the last game and I really hope I don't have to suffer again today. So Argentina, a lot of teams now seeing that, hey, let's try to pressure Argentina like Egypt did, like Cabo Verde did. Emi Martinez, I don't think he has been himself since his injury. So a through ball here. Julian Alvarez is the kind of guy that will pressure you. And the keeper just kind of required to shift himself a little bit there to get that ball out. Alvarez saying he didn't foul the player. So 2 minutes in, folks. We're 2 minutes in. This is the big boy part of the tournament. Switzerland are no walkovers. For people who understand football, you will know this is a very difficult team. A well-organized team. They play with the best of the best and sometimes get great results. So it's not like it's some weak team. And Molina getting tested on the right side, but Molina recovering well. Molina recovering well. It looked like he got him for pace there, but Molina recovering well. So El Payaso and everybody else, let me know your thoughts. People in the Facebook, TikTok as well. Who do you think is going to win? And if I'm not talking much on TikTok, folks, let me know your predictions. Like I said, it's not just here for style and just some random guy talking. When you click like and share and drop your comments, let me know where you're from and follow. You automatically qualify for a giveaway, folks. You automatically qualify for a giveaway. So let me just turn the volume down. I don't want it to clash with my mics here. So Argentina resorting to a long ball. McAllister, Alvarez. Scaloni has been opting for those two forwards, this time with the three midfielders just behind Julian Alvarez and Leo Messi. You know, Molina, has not had the greatest season at Atletico Madrid, but he was hitting some form and then he got injured. And a lot of players are coming back from injuries, folks. And you could see they're a little bit off. Julian Alvarez is one of them. So Rodrigo de Paul, Argentina with a lot of experience. This is a battle-hardened team. But so is Switzerland. So the ball deflecting, you know, Romero likes those full-blooded challenges. And the ball almost deflected kindly to Switzerland. So Argentina not being allowed to play the ball like they would like. And of course, all the teams now are going to try to press Argentina very much like Cabo Verde did, very much like Egypt did. And I guess why not? If they see a tactic, why not try it? But this is a team that can adapt really well. So I just bought FC 26. Oh, wow. Well, 27 is coming out, so you can hold on for a little while. Maybe you all could challenge me on the TikTok as well. So people in the TikTok, let me know what's going on. I'm seeing some likes. Drop some predictions as well, because you will qualify for the giveaway when you do that. So we're live on TikTok. I do have my mic on, but this is for the YouTube. This mic is for... Because this device keeps dying, I'm going to leave it as is. So Switzerland getting a lot of the ball. This is an Argentina team that's not afraid to keep the ball. Forgive me if I'm not reading all the comments right away. It's just I'm really into this game. I'm alone today. Last time we had a full set. About 20 minutes in, people came in and visited. We had Karen Ford, a national freestyler, and the Empress came in, and her son. And the other time before, we had Andre and his sons and his family, Redo. So Argentina, I wouldn't say on the back foot, but Switzerland taking a lot of the initiative so far. But no real openings yet. Switzerland, very comfortable on the ball. Argentina not afraid to press. Leandro Paredes, the Boca Juniors man, McAllister pressed off the ball there. And, getting into the defense, this could be a problem for Argentina here. This could be a problem. Shot not well connected. So I think because of the Argentina and the Egypt and the Cabo Verde games, a lot of teams are not afraid to go at Argentina. So I think that's what, the tactics Switzerland are doing. And this will be the second time McAllister lost the ball, and now Enzo lost the ball with some pressure from Switzerland. So Switzerland applying that pressure. And Argentina a bit under the pressure a little bit, but in the end, a terrible shot by Granit Xhaka. And he's the kind of guy you would want to get those shots. So all teams, I think, because of that Cabo Verde game, are going to try to attack Argentina now. I think they're going to try to attack Argentina. I think they feel as if they could take them. And Argentina are going to have to adapt and play out the press. And just like the last World Cup, they're going to have to adapt very quickly. Emi Martinez trying to draw out the Switzerland players, pressing high up the pitch. And that's, I think that's a result of what they saw. And they're winning the press. The play was stopped there. I'm not sure why. So I'm sure Scaloni and his men are looking at this, what happened there. Oh, he touched the ball. Wow. I don't think it was like a straight-up handball, but it's definitely a handball. So Scaloni on the sideline thinking, analyzing. Switzerland pressing. Can Switzerland press for the entire game? So Tagliafico with the ball there. Lisandro Martinez, Romero. And you could see Argentina, I think their plan is, if you want to press us, come at us. And then we'll try to play through your press. But the two times Argentina got pressed. They lost the ball. Lisandro Martinez on a little bit of distress here. So this is where Argentina are going to have to try to play out the press. As you could see that. Limiting the options. And this is where the midfielders and the passing of Argentina are going to have to... Very similar to what, Norway did. And this is where Argentina are going to have to show their versatility and also just robustness, as they've had to show in all the games. So we're approaching the 8th minute. And, Switzerland are applying that pressure up front. Messi out wide, the crowd roaring, of course. Excellent wide play. Cleared by Switzerland from the cross. And we're seeing De Paul and Paredes doubling up on their player, Lionel Messi, in a dangerous area to McAllister. McAllister with a shot, but blocked. So this is Argentina's first real shot on goal and forcing a corner, reminding Switzerland that they are the world champions. And folks, let me know what you think about the momentum on the sideline there. So McAllister, that's the thing. If you want to focus too much on Messi, you leave these players free. So yes, you can press Argentina, but eventually they're going to play out that press. So Messi with a corner. Romero has been successful at the corner so far. Whipped in by Leo. Oh, just bouncing away. Julian Alvarez was looking at the far post from a McAllister layoff. Let's take a look at that replay. So Messi whips it in. And McAllister heading it just a little too far away from McAllister, who probably didn't think. And then a deflection from Switzerland. So Julian Alvarez should have been coming in here. So another corner for Argentina. So let's read some comments really quickly. Kingley, big up. Let's go Switzerland, of course. I know you're going to support Switzerland. And Candice, I want to see Baku. I want to see a win. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. For Argentina, of course. So, Messi with another corner. And it's goal number 1. Argentina. McAllister, baby. McAllister, yes. So Argentina are proving to be very dangerous on corners, folks. This is exactly what you wanted after a nervous start. Argentina 1, Switzerland 0. And as you know, folks, we've been here before. Alexis McAllister, the Liverpool man, getting on the header. And he showed some signs just a couple minutes ago where he headed the ball to Alvarez. But Messi delivering the ball straight to McAllister. It is now 1-0. I'm going to have to keep this close to me, folks. And the thing is, you can't celebrate too much. You can't celebrate too much because you know how these games go. You know how these games go. So, McAllister, after some initial pressure from Switzerland, scoring a beautiful header. And, folks, a lot of Argentina's goals have been coming from these corners. And it shows that, Christian Romero, Lisandro Martinez, and now McAllister getting in on it. And they showed signs a little while ago. So I see the coaching staff giving Samuel a lot of, head shrugs. So it seems like it's something Walter Samuel, the former Inter Milan, Roma, and Real Madrid centre-back. It seems like he had a lot to do with that one. So after dealing with some early pressure from Switzerland, Argentina get that goal. So I think they're going to want to learn from that last couple of games and try to manage the game well. Because teams have... If you're Argentina, this is exactly what you want. And you want to probably going to try in an intelligent way to create a second goal. Because not getting that second goal has come back to haunt them in the past. And you don't want a situation heading into, 60th minute you're chasing. You don't want that. You don't want to also be chasing. And Scaloni will also want to see his defense really tighten things up. So once again, Switzerland applying that pressure. And of course, Lionel Messi with the assist. Julian Alvarez, he had a bad injury and he's getting a lot of playing time. He does pressure, he does tackle, and he does force a lot of errors from the opposition team. So you want Akanji, the Inter Milan player. He's a good ball-playing centre-back. If you're Argentina, you're going to want to really manage this game, not allow Switzerland back in it, and really try to kill them off. And if you're Switzerland, you're going to want to try to get back into this game very early. So Romero with a typical robust tackle. And like I said, folks, if you're live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, on TikTok, the people on TikTok as well, what do you think? What do you think about the game so far? And like I said, you're not here for style. Enjoy the chat. But if you follow as well, you will qualify for the EXTV giveaways. So give us a follow. Let's get to 1,000 tonight and drop those likes. So Mario Kempes, Tapia, adjusting his necktie. And I have to be honest, folks, I can't be very comfortable with a 1-0 lead. I can't. And it's not just an Argentina thing. Look at England. People not talking about how England also scraped through as well against many teams. And, you know, and that's not a diss on England. It just shows you how football has changed. It shows you how football has changed, and there are no easy teams, there are no easy games. We are now in the quarterfinals, and if you're in the quarterfinals, you have to be good. And make no mistake, folks, Switzerland are good. And for people who don't think so, you need to start watching football and educating yourselves, because Switzerland are a very tricky team, very organized team, and they're causing some attacking play, trying to overload, but in the end, passing the ball out wide. So let's see. Let's take a quick look at the chats. I'm seeing Candice has scored. Redo Golasso. I'm not comfortable with 1-0 either. So everybody's dropping their comments. Wayne, Hepsi, and Jasmine. I think, is that you, Athena, on Facebook? Share with your friends. Share with everybody. We want to get those viewers up. And of course, drop your comments and who you think is going to win. Who you think is going to win. And also, let me know if you all like the play-by-play on the side of the screen. Messi crowded out by 4 players there. And make no mistake, folks, 1-0 is not a safe lead anymore. Just ask England today. Just ask Argentina in the last couple of games. So Argentina, a lot of teams, because of Cabo Verde and so on, are going to try to press. And, you know, in my match preview, SofaScore representative Gaston Hoffman, we did a match preview before the game. And we also have our technical previews on www.extvmedia.com. We gave our thoughts. Rodrigo de Paul heading the ball out. A lot of people had a lot of criticism about Rodrigo de Paul heading into the tournament. He's not a very spectacular player. He runs around. He hustles very hard. And, you know, Rodrigo de Paul doing what he does. Getting in the players' head a little bit. And Xhaka rolling over there. Perhaps looking for the foul. But a lot of people were criticizing Rodrigo de Paul's move to Inter Miami, and even Lionel Messi. I mean, a lot of people didn't think Lionel Messi was gonna play in this World Cup, and not just play, but play well. Let's be very real, folks. At this point, Argentina have exceeded expectations, and, you know, broke that World Cup curse that everybody's talking about. Julian Alvarez forcing and creating a lot of errors. McAllister, the casual pass back to Tagliafico. Now, Switzerland is not the team that usually presses like this, but can they sustain this? And if Argentina can play out of the press and be comfortable, they should be able to kind of calm things down. But Switzerland is very early in the game, and it's a long way to go, folks. So Lionel Messi winning the ball here. This could be a chance for Argentina. Lionel Messi cutting in on his favorite spot. McAllister winning the ball. A big fight. Argentina doing well to keep the ball. I think Leandro Paredes could have probably done a little bit better there after McAllister's work to keep the ball. And now Switzerland on the attack, but De Paul trying to slow them down, trying to get in their faces. And Rodrigo De Paul running back and retrieving the ball really well. When he puts on an Argentina jersey, folks, he plays very different. Very different. So people in the Facebook, stop dropping your predictions as well. Messi looking for that favorite spot, but Akanji doing well to kind of just throw him off. And Switzerland, of course, are naturally trying to react. And Argentina, can Argentina hold off the inevitable response from Switzerland and try to manage the game better than they did in the last games? And like I said, folks, tonight, everybody knows I'm an Argentina fan. You know, doing well to keep the ball. Very calm pass by Rodrigo De Paul. Romero, triangles. Paredes, getting the ball to Rodrigo De Paul. Sweden are pressing very high, but Argentina doing well to try to play out the press. And Rodrigo De Paul drawing that foul and confidently grabbing the ball while he fell. That's what he does. And Sweden, to be fair, not giving Argentina easy time. Not giving Argentina easy time. And this is an Argentina team, folks. I know a lot of people say the team is 4 years older, but there's only a couple players over 30. I think it's Tagliafico, Lionel Messi, of course. Leandro Paredes, I think. And Otamendi. But other than that, the players are in their 20s. I just saw a shot of Roberto Baggio, the divine ponytail. You know, what a legend for Italy. It's probably he was the guy who tried to save Italy and they didn't listen. There's a whole story about that. So Argentina, you could see Switzerland are trying to close down the passing lanes, pressing very high up the pitch, hoping to force a mistake from Argentina. And the attack momentum is pretty close. Lisandro Martinez. Julian Alvarez applying that pressure. And you could see Julian Alvarez has the pace. There's the ball out wide, but McAllister not seeing him. So, you know, they're kind of slowing it down now. Paredes, Messi. Messi getting the ball to Julian Alvarez. 1-2, the combinations are starting to get comfortable. Julian Alvarez, if you're Lionel Scaloni and an Argentina fan, you're going to want Julian Alvarez to kind of get on his score sheet. And not just get on his score sheet, but get his confidence back. You know, for the last Copa America, Lautaro Martinez kind of took over the limelight for a little while because he plays a lot of football. He had that injury for Atletico Madrid. Romero, Argentina passing the ball back. And, you know, these guys have been through a lot. They're an experienced team. They're a calm team. And as you saw in the Egypt game, it's not a team you could really sit down on. So as the tournament goes along, you're going to want to get like Molina more comfortable. Switzerland pressing relentlessly, folks. Argentina are not getting much time to think on the ball. And Emi Martinez trying to slow things down. And a quick delivery, trying to get it to Alvarez. Maybe a little bit too low. And a little bit of a giveaway there. Well done by Leandro Paredes. That's what he's brought on to do. A very committed tackle. Lionel Messi looking both ways, scanning the field like he usually does. Excellent ball to McAllister. Trying to link up with Enzo with a bit of a back heel, but it didn't work in the end. And this is where the rest of the team are going to have to show up, folks. A lot of people are saying it's only Messi, but let's see. Coutinho Romero, Lisandro Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, they've all contributed well. And Switzerland, you're seeing that they're trying to overload, get Granit Xhaka involved. And make no mistakes, folks, we're approaching the 20th minute. It's a long time to go. People in the TikTok, what do you think? Who are you all supporting? And like I said, if you're watching, be sure to like. And I'll catch up with you guys at the hydration break. So England are into the semi-finals, and the winner of this game awaits them. So it's a shot from but saved by Emi Martinez. I want to turn the volume down a little bit, folks. I want to turn the volume down. So I did 2 games today, folks, and I will try to hydrate as much as possible and manage my voice. But Alexis McAllister, a ball to Alvarez. Can he get to it? He has the speed to get to it, and he does. And you want a fully fit, sharp Julian Alvarez, and the ref is now saying offside. Isn't that annoying? So you allow the player to run all the way to the byline. Then when he gets the ball, say offside. Now, I understand why they changed the rule. And, you know, just in case it's not offside. But, I mean, as a player, it must be frustrating. You know, you don't know. Should you go for the ball? Should you not go for the ball? And that's the thing. I see a lot of people joining in as well. Singang, Mohammed, Nakibi, Hope. Let me know where you're watching the game from, folks. I know people only watch girls on TikTok, but I have football today. So we have our YouTube link, Facebook link, and everything on stream as well, where there's a lot more content you could take a look at. And Switzerland going down that left side of Argentina, but well blocked by the butcher, Lisandro Martinez. He's probably want to make amends for conceding that goal. Oh, but the ball came off the Swiss player's hand. And, of course, it's now a throw-in for Argentina. So he was contesting, but I don't know why. So we're seeing Maxi Rodriguez, Pastore, Ustari, Zanetti. And there's a 5th and 6th guy there, but I can't see their faces. So some proper legends for Argentina there. And like I said, folks, it's a proper physical game. I think Switzerland saying, okay, the other teams took it to Argentina. Why can't we do it? So when it's a hydration break, I'm going to read some of the comments as well. That should have been a foul on Tagliafico. It is. Okay, it is a foul. So let me read some comments really quickly, folks. Let me catch up with the comments. So I'd like to say MD Mejan has followed on Facebook. Thank you so much. Kingley, let's hope Switzerland will not waste the match. I would be furious if Messi scores and Switzerland got humiliated. I would love if that happens, Kingley. So we're seeing a couple people in here. Let me load up the... So Argentina here on the attack. Switzerland pressuring in the middle. And not giving Argentina a moment. But can they sustain this press throughout the entire game? That's the thing. So you are gambling on forcing some errors out of Argentina. This is a team that plays different types of teams in South America. Teams like Colombia who press you relentlessly, attack you relentlessly. There's teams that defend and fight you like Paraguay. There's teams like Brazil that play their style of football. So, you know, for those of you who are not familiar with South American football, so Lisandro Martinez drawing a foul, once praised by Pep Guardiola as one of the best ball-playing centre-backs in the world. he has, in addition to his defending ability, he can distribute the ball very well. Very well. So a lot of my people are asking me to share the chat. And we'll see how it goes. So it's a hydration break, folks. It's a hydration break. Argentina won. A goal from McAllister. If you're just joining us, people in the TikTok. If you're in here right now, I'm seeing Lewis Davis chance. Successful. It's kind of, I can't see it through. Let me put my hand in. Maybe I could see it. DKK. Morales. Everybody else in the TikTok, let me know. If you're in here right now, you're probably wondering, why should I like this chat and follow? Well, it's because 2 reasons. It helps my channel, and also you automatically qualify for the EXTV giveaways. We're also live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook right now with way more stats and so on the commentary screen, so you could join in as well. So it's 1-0. Switzerland are pressing, and you can check out our EXTV previews in our partnership with SofaScore. And Switzerland are pressing, and they are 1 goal down, and I'm guessing they're hoping that eventually Argentina will crack. What Argentina, Lionel Scaloni and his men would like to avoid is, conceding. I think they want to try to end this game with a lot less stress than they did the last time around. And Switzerland, of course, they have nothing to fear, and they're a very decent team. People talk about them like they're some minnows. They're not. They're absolutely not. This is a very strong team. So I hope you guys like the play-by-play that we're getting on the screen. And we have our first hydration break. And both coaches will speak to each other. Scaloni will have a conversation with his men. We did identify Granit Xhaka as one of the key players. I'm just checking something here. And Kobel as one of the key players as well. I know it's strange, but we're highlighting a lot of goalkeepers. So, they are pressing. So the question you're going to have to ask if you're neutral or from a tactical perspective, Scaloni giving instructions. And that's probably fortuitous where you could have that conversation, because now Switzerland is not a team that are known for pressing that much. But can they sustain it? And if you're going to keep doing that and Argentina can hold off, they can nick you on the break. So Scaloni giving his instructions. It's an interesting dynamic. Argentina, if you're an Argentina fan, like myself, you're going to be very happy with the beginning so far. Very happy with the beginning of this match so far. And the winner of this game will be facing England. So we know 3 out of the last 4 teams, folks. Isn't that crazy? France versus Spain. What a game is that's going to be. And we'll see, hopefully, of course, I want Argentina to win. We'll see how it goes. I would love... So there's a hydration break. McAllister getting the goal for Argentina. And they were showing a little bit of chances. McAllister did get a header on Alvarez in the first corner, and then he got the second one. So it shows that this Argentina team can score from different ways. And Switzerland, to their credit, are pressing Argentina, making them work. And, showing you that nobody's going to give them any sort of a walk to the final. They're going to have to work there, despite what you conspiracy theorists like to say. I just made up a stupid word here, conspiracies. That's not even a word. So people in the TikTok, Argentina all the way, Nila, thank you so much. Be sure to drop your comments as well and follow to support the channel. You will qualify for the giveaway. We'll have a draw. And we screenshot everybody who commented as well. And it helps when you follow, because that way we could find your name when we're doing the followers. So we pull followers from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere. So Switzerland are going to try to really take the game to Argentina. How do they respond? That is the question. How do Argentina respond? So it's all down to game management at this level, folks. This is a big boy part of the tournament. And, little decisions can make the difference. Look at the Norway game. Norway created more chances, played better, arguably. But then they didn't get the main stat that matters, which was scoring the goals. And that's where England got the better of them. So, Switzerland with ball possession here. I suffer every time with Argentina when I play, folks. And remind me to take my hydration break. I was not feeling well this morning. I am doing 2 games and a match preview today. So I'm going to have to make sure and rest. And, with Argentina, it's very difficult. Trying a low cross. Very similar to what I think... Cabo Verde tried. So they clearly looked at the Egypt and the Cabo Verde game. And I think they're trying to kind of take lessons from that. Now, Argentina is a team that can play like this if they need to. They're a team of different gears. They can allow you possession. Back in the day, the stereotype is Argentina would dominate possession, but they're not afraid to let you have some possession. And they're not afraid to get physical if they have to. And if they need to get beautiful, they can. So a beautiful attack from Sweden here. Well intercepted by Romero. It was a dangerous run by Switzerland. De Paul De Paul drawing a foul. And Granit Xhaka getting a little frustrated with Rodrigo De Paul. But this is what Rodrigo De Paul does. He's very good at drawing fouls, getting possession. And look at that. There's no denying it's a foul. And he plays in a way that, could truly aggravate you. But Romero with a very crucial interception, reading that potential through ball in there. So, he's stretching his legs. He's getting up. I'm going to grab my hydration while I can. So people in the TikTok, what do you think? What do you think? Who do you think is going to win this? Everybody in there, when you like and follow, once your name is behind the follow, you will qualify for the giveaway. So, I did 2 games today, folks. And when you're done with the TikTok, you can head over. We have not just these TikTok things, but watch-alongs and analysis with people like Xhaka is up. Julian Alvarez applying some pressure. Enzo applying some pressure. Julian Alvarez is known for relentless pressuring. He's chasing after his player, not allowing Switzerland to build up and forcing yet another throw-in. Julian Alvarez has forced maybe about 4 or 5 turnovers, for lack of a better expression, from Switzerland so far, just from his pressing. Enzo is already stretching, which is not a good sign. You don't want to see that very early in the game. So, Enzo is a guy, he's a player. If you asked me about 6 months ago who I thought would be the key players for Argentina, I'd say Enzo Fernandez, Cuti Romero, and Julian Alvarez. So Molina looking a bit more comfortable than he did in the last time, and maybe more playing time will help him. So Switzerland slowly going up. Emi Martinez trying to draw them towards him. Rodrigo De Paul in midfield, confidently asking for the ball. Getting the ball up to Messi, who was tackled hard. Some would argue it's a foul, but the ref is allowing it to play on. Folks, a 1-0 lead is no fun for me. It's no fun at all. Because we've seen what happened in all the games. Not just in the Argentina games, in all the games. So it's really now, it's a critical point in the game here, how Switzerland and Argentina manage this game. I don't think Argentina want a repeat of the last 2 games. I think they want to try to kill this game off as early as possible, which is very difficult because it's a quarterfinal game. You can't expect to get a big result in a quarterfinal game. The teams that are here deserve to be here, and these games are always going to be close. Very rare you're going to see a big scoreline, except for maybe the Brazil-Germany game years ago, which was crazy. I can't believe that. So once again, Argentina doing enough to force a throw-in. Rodrigo De Paul, what a player he is when he puts on the Argentina jersey. So Ezekiel Lavezzi, like myself, leaning forward. Pastore, 2 former PSG men. And the pressure finally paying off a little bit, but I think Lisandro bailing out Romero there. So, there's a couple times Switzerland caused Argentina a little bit of problems, but I guess at some point, when you press that much, you will eventually get the ball sometime. But will they make Argentina pay? So Argentina, I think it was Romero losing out there. Rodrigo De Paul dropping deep. And Sweden pressing every time Argentina getting the ball. Messi with a very cheeky layoff. Very stylish. Molina, Rodrigo De Paul. Excellent ball to Molina. Former Atletico Madrid teammates, and McAllister in the end trying to release Messi, but he couldn't. So Rodrigo De Paul doing well. And getting past Rodrigo De Paul, so this could be dangerous for Argentina. Oh no. And it's a clean tackle from Emilia. I did get scared for a second there. But it was a clean win by Emi Martinez. Oh my God, another giveaway. So some of the pressure starting to pay off here for Switzerland. Some of the pressure starting to pay off. So when Rodrigo De Paul was beat, an excellent through ball here. Getting past Lisandro Martinez, but I think Emi got it. Of course, the Swedish players are going to cry for a foul. But let's see. So Lisandro and Emi Martinez getting a full proper tackle on the ball. So Rodrigo De Paul losing the ball. And showing, so what is the ref? So I don't think it's anything, folks, but I can understand why you all think so. Oh, let me refresh my my thing. Let me make sure it shows properly. Let me take a quick read with the comments here. My machine is holding out. So let's see the comments. Kingsley, let's hope Switzerland will... Oh, I read that one already. So let me just fix the play-by-play widget. That should be a bit better there, I think. I can't see my mouse icon, which is crazy. And like I said, everybody, let me take a quick look and make sure everything is okay. I think it's okay, is it? No, it's still a little bit off. My computer is kind of freezing a little bit, folks. I hope you guys are okay. I hope my stream is okay. I hope it's holding out. And let's see how it goes. So I think it's a lot better now. So Switzerland are forcing, the pressure is starting to pay off a little bit. People in the TikTok, what do you think? What do you think, TikTok? Do you think Switzerland are going to come back, or do you think Argentina are going to hold off? So they are applying that pressure. And you can see why. They obviously have been looking at the other games and thinking, okay, let's have a go. But can they sustain this? And can Argentina hold off and get the result? So I'm seeing Star first joined. Some of the names are kind of transparent here, so it's hard to see them. Ricardo Bailey. I feel like I've seen you before on the TikTok as well. So it's 1-0 to Argentina. We're 33 minutes in. Switzerland are applying pressure, not allowing Argentina to play. But when Argentina do get on the attack, they do look a bit dangerous. Argentina clearly playing for the counter-attack. And, Akanji is a ball-playing centre-back for Inter Milan, formerly at Manchester City. And interesting ball in. And well cleared by Molina. So a corner for Switzerland. So I've seen a lot of teams in the World Cup do that chip shot between the centre-back and chip pass between the centre-back and wing-backs, and it has been causing problems. So a corner kick for Switzerland. Hopefully, I don't know if sometimes we have different times. I'm seeing Ali Gunnar has been joined in. So corner cleared out by McAllister. Not only scoring, but defending. So Argentina, this is an Argentina team, folks, that are not afraid to defend. Not afraid to play ugly if they have to. And drawing a foul from Julian Alvarez. So, Argentina, folks. Julian Alvarez kind of faking out Alvarez and drawing the foul. So it's going to be another free kick for Switzerland. So Switzerland, are they going to whip it into the box? And I think my clock on the TV is synced up with the play-by-play this time. It wasn't synced up the last time. So let's see how it goes. The last time there was a little bit of a delay. And let's see. So my the widget is probably like a couple seconds ahead. Could you see the kind folks of SofaScore? So Switzerland, Granit Xhaka. But whipping the ball into the box. Emi Martinez punching it out. Rodrigo de Paul putting some pressure. And forcing Switzerland all the way back, which is what you want if you're an Argentina fan. So like I said, folks, this is not like the Argentinas of the past that played beautiful and lost. This is a team that's not afraid to get stuck in. They can play beautiful if required. And Paredes, adjudged to have been fouling. Who is that? But this is what Leandro Paredes does. And it's crazy because he went to Boca Juniors. A lot of people thought his career would have been kind of winding down. But he has been a key piece for Lionel Scaloni's strategy in that particular area. Switzerland do like to cut inside and pull inside of the wingbacks. And Akanji, who's not afraid to dribble and go forward, the Inter Milan man, they are doing a lot of their attacks down this left side. And a poor cross in the end. And this will take a little bit of seconds off the clock for Argentina. Also give them a bit of a chance to reboot. So a lot of people in here. Scaloni is sweating, folks. He is sweating. So Argentina, of course, a lot of people are talking about the final, but you have to get there first, folks. You can't just talk about the final. You have to get there. Every team has to work to get there. So Molina being pressured and forcing another throw in for Argentina. The Argentina fans are celebrating. I mean, they're 1-0. But this is going to be a difficult game. Folks. We've seen this before. You can't sit on a 1-0 lead, but you also have to. It's all about game management. So Switzerland, clearly their game plan is to press. So somebody throwing another ball on the pitch, which is really dumb. I don't know who did that, but it's, the ref ignoring it. The thing is, when you do that, let's say somebody scores, it's going to be a problem, so they're going to have to look at that. But anyway, Switzerland on the ball here, Argentina keeping their shape. 4-2, 4-3, 2-1 when defending. Tagliafico applying some pressure higher up. So Switzerland, we may try to exploit that pressing, but Argentina pressing up to the halfway line and then stepping back. They're not sitting back, but once again, a long ball out wide. And in the end, it was too high. But you could see Switzerland have a game plan, folks. High press and try to spread Argentina. Not connecting very well. And in the end, it's a throw-in for Argentina. And it seems like I'm looking at a replay. Molina in the same spot where that little white paint is. And DePaul gesturing him to throw it up in the air. The ref saying a foul throw. Wow. I haven't seen that in a long time. That's very annoying. If you're an international coach, you're going to be very annoyed about that. You're going to be very annoyed about that. That's an unnecessary. Molina, I don't know what to say about you with that one. That's Paredes with a menacing clearance. Forceful. And you need somebody like Paredes. In the last World Cup, he came on a bit as a sub. And Scaloni, if you remember, had to make a lot of adjustments to his lineup. The lineup that went to the World Cup was very different from what people expected. McAllister and Enzo were not really supposed to be main players, but they did end up being main players. So Switzerland creeping their way up. Enzo. You could see they're possibly thinking about doing what Egypt did. They are on the left side, trying to pull some of the Argentina players out, maybe trying to whip a cross in, like what Egypt did. We'll see. We'll see, folks. Forceful tackle in the end there. Tagliafico, I think, being fouled. And that's intelligent. You get in front of the player and the ball and it draws a foul. So he is gesturing that he dived. But, you know, anybody who played any sort of recreational football, I've worked in and around national teams, analyzed, worked with clubs. And, you know, just being in and around the game and working in the national setup, you do learn a couple things and that helps. So, you know, getting your ball between the opposing player and the ball, sometimes if you're good at shielding, you can force a foul. Sometimes. If you know what you're doing. If you get it wrong, you can get dispossessed. Some crafty players know how to snatch the ball away. So in the match momentum, Switzerland dominating the momentum chart and Argentina with that spike, and an important spike because they scored the goal, just like England. Just like England. So we're approaching the 40th minute mark. It feels like this half is flying. Tagliafico sharing a smile with the linesman. And, you know, Switzerland pressing frantically. Tagliafico thinking he was fouled, but he wasn't. And drawing a foul from Lisandro Martinez. Tagliafico felt he should have been fouled, and he's telling the ref that. But the ref is not hearing any of it. So Lisandro, not afraid to get physical. We know this about Lisandro, known as the Butcher, the Manchester United man. So, of course, I know there's a lot of people hate watching this game as well. I do have I did run out of the platinum, folks, so I didn't get to do the full thing today. So people as well, you could see it. So Rodrigo de Paul giving the ball to Messi. The Inter Miami men linking up. The ball falling favorably to Alvarez. And I'll be honest, folks, I think Julian Alvarez, pre-injury, would have gotten that ball and scored. But he's definitely off his usual step. And, you know, he's coming back from that injury. Scaloni is giving him a lot of playing time. I'm sure at some point, if the game doesn't change, we will see Lautaro Martinez coming on. But we have a long way to go, folks. 5 minutes before we get to the 45th minute mark. And I don't think there's going to be much extra time. I haven't seen any major stoppages. So a quick 1-2. Paredes with a very good tackle. Paredes saying it's a clean tackle, but the ref is saying it is a foul. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, that is a foul by Paredes. Paredes does that. He does have that side to him. So this is a dangerous spot, a free kick for Switzerland. And folks, if you're not to my, which will be on your left on your screen, you will see the, I'm seeing somebody there. That's a celebrity with a very cool Argentina jersey. I've never seen that before. But Switzerland getting a free kick in a dangerous spot. And, you know, you don't want to concede a goal if you're Argentina. You don't want that situation. You want to try to get rid of that. So Embolo in the box. Akanji is very good at headers. Xhaka, not Hislop, but Xhaka. So people in the TikTok, let me know your predictions. So a free kick for Switzerland. I think the widget is kind of lined up well with the game. And, you know, you don't want to concede a goal at halftime. Come on, Argentina. Come on. Come on. I'm supporting Argentina. So there's a lot of shoving in the box there. It's whipped in, and it goes harmlessly out of play. Much to the relief of anybody who's an Argentina fan, because Switzerland do have good headers of the ball in there. Akanji. Nobody was getting on the ball. Paredes, I think, or Tagliafico was knocked over. I have to shift around my seat a little bit. Messi's complaining about something. Messi seems very annoyed about something, so I don't know what's going on. Are you guys seeing something that I didn't see? So I love this vocal Messi. You know, for years, people criticized him for being too quiet, blah, 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 blah. And then when he grew into the player that he is now, not just technically, but personality-wise, I like this. I like players like that. So Argentina, Molina should have given the ball to DePaul. That rhymed unintentionally. Paredes, that was definitely a foul, ref. Come on, ref. He's telling Paredes to get up, but that was a stupid foul by, I think, unnecessary by Embolo. I think he wants to get back one with Paredes. And you know, the Argentines are not afraid of anybody. So they're not going to back down. And I think he was trying to get one back on Paredes. And I think that's very foolish. You have to be careful of the mind games in this game. So he's going to get a yellow, and it was an unnecessary yellow. They would under any sort of pressure. And he just runs in and gives a yellow. Gets a yellow card tackle. So that's a bit of an unintelligent moment there by Embolo. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy tackle. Look at that. And I'm loving trying to hear these commentators justify where he was trying to go with this ball. He was nowhere near the ball. He just kicked out at his feet. There's nothing he can argue. So he's telling Messi something, and Messi just shaking his head. So Argentina are going to want to see out this half. And, you know, really manage this well. And like I said, folks, they've been 1-0 up before. And, you know, people are talking about this World Cup. It was the same in the last World Cup as well, you know. You know, they lost to Saudi Arabia. Australia, it was 2-1 in the end. Then against Netherlands, it came back 2-2, which I hope doesn't happen today. And, you know, it was a bit of a rough going for Argentina. The Mexico games were very close. The Poland game was very close. So Messi pressing up front. And Embolo again. Lisandro Martinez. So Embolo getting into the physicality of it. I think Embolo is allowing the game to get the better of him. He keeps asking for yellow cards and trying to play the ref, and he has his crybaby faces. Even his teammates are trying to tell him, hey, shut up. He could talk himself into a yellow card because the ref will see that. And to be fair, Argentina with some quick rondo football in the box here. And the ref is speaking to him. Like, it's almost like he's telling him, calm down. So there's 4 minutes of added on time, folks. 4 minutes of added on time. So is it offside? Yes, it is. It is offside. So Embolo, I think, is getting too much into the gamesmanship part of the game. And sometimes it works for some players and sometimes it does not. And I think he's not really doing himself any favors. If you're going to play that game, you have to know what you're doing. Not everybody is up for it. All the great players do it. It's part of the game. Zlatan, everybody, Lionel Messi. If anybody has played any kind of football, you'll know. You know, that's the psychological part of the game. I spoke about it in the England game. So people in the Facebook chat, YouTube, everybody else, be sure to subscribe, like, share your comments as well. I do want to read some of the comments at halftime, and I will hydrate. So 5 minutes is a long time in football, everybody. So let's see how that's going to go. Argentina applying some pressure. And there is a handball. McAllister letting the ref know, and it is a handball. And it is a handball. I don't know what he's arguing about. So I think they're trying to get too much involved in the game. Tagliafico getting stuck in there. So, of course, there's English commentators. Big surprise. I have to say this, I have a lot of English friends. I have a lot of love for England and so on in terms of the country and the people that I met. But I do think sometimes the analysts, they become incredibly emotional and stop being impartial as the game goes along. This is a watch along, so I'm allowed to do it. But I do think some of these guys who are paid to do this job, I think the emotion gets to them, and even the commentators as well. So Argentina with a free kick here. We're 2 minutes into added on time. Switzerland once again pressing the ball. Lisandro Martinez. Paredes. Tagliafico. Switzerland are playing very physical, folks. They are just smashing into the Argentinian players. And Argentina are used to this, folks. This is what they face in South America. Like I said before, they play physical, ferocious teams like Colombia and Chile and so on, who can attack relentlessly and press you. Then they play teams like Paraguay who sit back and literally try to beat the crap out of you. Then you have Brazil. So, you know, they do get a serious, you know, what should I say? Varying types of styles against them. So Argentina going to search for a second goal before halftime. Are they going to see it out? We are approaching the 3rd minute of added on time. Let's see if they're going to add on any extra time to that. Today, the England game had a decent amount of time. So people in the TikTok as well, we're approaching halftime. Let me know where you're watching it from. And the Rodrigo de Paul probing. Perhaps both teams willing to go to halftime as it is. If you're Argentina, you don't want to concede. A nice ball to Molina, trying to release Rodrigo de Paul, but not doing a good job there. And I don't think Molina is the same Molina of maybe 2022, but he is improving. Argentina can't play physical if they have to, folks. So Sandro Martinez keeping the ball well, trying to get the ball to Messi, but just not keeping enough composure. Heading the ball back to Romero. And a play on the floor there is gesturing for him to get up. I don't like what Switzerland are doing, folks. A lot of people are trying. And look at him. He's looking at the ref through his fingers. So let's see what happened. He gets in the ball. Both players go for the ball. And a lot of players are trying to put pressure on the ref to get these calls. So we're now 4 minutes into added time. He's trying to speak to Xhaka to tell Granit Xhaka, not Hislop, to tell his players to calm down, I think. So I'm seeing on the screen here, somebody came back from injury. Who is that? Who is that? So, of course, I guess we're going to get, with Argentina, you're never going to get what the time says. So Rodrigo de Paul having a conversation on the sideline. That's what he does. He's not afraid to do that. And it's halftime. It's halftime, folks. Let me just stop the clock really quickly. So Lionel Messi getting involved with another goal involvement and a goal for Alexis McAllister. Switzerland have been pressing the ball, forcing maybe a couple errors from Argentina, but Argentina able to hold off. And Argentina will be happy heading into this half. Scaloni is going to have a conversation with his team, and they're going to want to see this out. They don't want a situation where they had to suffer the last time around. So let's read some comments, folks. It's halftime. Comments. Forgive me if I'm not reading all the comments. So let's see. I'm going to take off the play-by-play for a second. So Ambaggio, Kingley. Let me read on the side. It's bigger. Kingley. Let's hope Switzerland will not waste the match. I will be furious if Messi scores. Oh, I read that one already. Okay, so I hope Messi scores, of course. I'm seeing MD Mejan has followed on Facebook. So everybody on Facebook as well, share with your friends. People on the TikTok. Now that we're halftime, I want you all to know that we're doing these watch-alongs. We want you all not to just watch this, but when you like and follow this, your name will be on the followers list and you'll automatically qualify for chances for giveaways from EXTV, which will be a jersey, club or country, or a copy of EAFC 27 when it comes out. So Switzerland does poorly in counter-attack from Kingley and the defense. Candice, halftime. Kingley, halftime. Switzerland 1 goal down to Argentina. Not a bad performance, though, from Switzerland, but they did not do well in attack. So everybody, Facebook, Twitch, let me know your thoughts. A lot of people are asking me to share it, the stream. A lot of people ask me to do this during the stream. So people in the TikTok, if you're joining in, let me know your predictions, comment, and let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. So I'm going to share this with a lot of people here now, folks. I will take a little bit of a break. And if you're watching on YouTube and everywhere else, be sure to share with your friends, like, and subscribe. Let's get it out there, folks. Let's get it out there. So I'm going to share this. A couple of people have been asking for it. And, you can let me know your thoughts on the game and how it's going. And, like I said, I will try to share it with as much people as possible. So I'm seeing Noto Rai has joined. Krem O has joined. And the people on Facebook as well. Be sure to join in. Be sure to join in as well. We're live. So if you're just joining us, folks, Argentina 1, Switzerland 0. And Switzerland have been applying a lot of pressure. And let's read out some of the stats from SofaScore, folks, because I'm using the SofaScore app. And we did have a match preview earlier, and we will have some match reactions as well, because it's becoming a bit more manageable for me now. So let's read some statistics. Statistics time for my students. So in terms of statistics, Overall, wow, my eyes are really bad. 43% for Argentina, 57% for Switzerland. Argentina 1 chance, big chance created. Switzerland 0. Total shots for both teams 3. Argentina had 1 save to make. That was that long shot from earlier. 2 corner kicks, Argentina scoring 1. 7 fouls for Argentina, 12 for Switzerland. So I heard a notification, but I don't know what it is. I heard it somewhere. So people in the Facebook as well, let me know your thoughts. Let me know where you're watching from as well. This is a massive game. This is the big one, the quarterfinals. Who faces England in the next game? We already know France are going to be playing Spain. What a mashup that's going to be. People in the chat, who are you supporting? France, Spain, the winner of this game, whoever it is, Argentina, Switzerland, or England. The 3 Lions, folks, have gotten this far, and they're looking good. You know, they're not playing particularly exciting football, but they're getting results. It's going to be an interesting game, and we'll see who they play in the next round. So Switzerland made more perfect possession than Argentina, but they must find an equalizer in the second half. Yes, they are getting more of the ball. And I do think this Argentina is not afraid to sit back. So while we're talking, I'm going to drink some H2O, folks. I usually drink coconut water, but I don't have any. So I'm drinking a little bit here, folks. So Argentina, just like England, in the previous game, I could draw some comparisons. England also didn't really dominate possession. Norway created a lot of the chances, scored, and in the end, England got that chance on Bellingham in the end, and they got through. So Switzerland, to their credit, have been putting a lot of pressure on Argentina. I think they saw, as I said multiple times, what Egypt did. I think they saw what Capo Verde did, and decided, hey, why not? They did create a couple shaky moments for Argentina, but they're managing to hold out. And this, folks, Switzerland are not an easy team. And people who watch football like myself will know they're not an easy team. They're going to be a very difficult team, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm seeing Caress has joined in, and a couple of people asking me to share the stream, so I will. So people in the TikTok as well, out there, you're here at EXTV Studios with a live watch along. Now we have it on YouTube as well, with a lot more graphics and so on, and the scoreboard. So folks, you can let me know what you all think about the play-by-play if you all like that, for people who are on the YouTube and so on. But let's take a look at the goal. A beautiful header by McAllister, looping it over the keeper. They did show a sign earlier. So Badron has liked, welcome. When they play with Paredes, they usually sit back. And, you know, it's an interesting formation because they have Paredes behind a midfield of 3, which is Rodrigo de Paul, McAllister, and Enzo. And all 3 of those guys can switch back and forth. So there's a lot of versatility in that midfield. But Switzerland with that 1 shot from distance from So. But other than that, in spite of the high pressure and forcing maybe a couple errors from Argentina, it hasn't been anything really dangerous. So if you're Argentina, you don't want a situation where, you know, the game has kind of played the stage where they have to chase. They're going to want to kill things off. And of course, I want to lower the volume on my screen to let people know what you think is going on. But, like I said, Kingley, probably. Like I said, folks, let people share the chats. All my Argentina boys, what's going on? I'm not hearing from you guys at all. I know everybody's watching the game and they're glued to the screen, so I'm going to share this with a couple other people as well. So, yes. Let's see what's going on. So I'm just messaging people here who want to see the chat, folks. So we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and also TikTok, folks. So if you're in here, let me know what's going on. Let me know what you think. Continue to support us, and let me know your thoughts on the game, and drop those comments. Keep them coming, because it helps the channel. And be sure to like, subscribe, follow all the socials as well. My TikTok is doing something right now. I guess it's trying to make sure if I'm still online. So that happens. So I have to do this puzzle thing on TikTok, whatever that is. What is that? What do I have to do? Drag the puzzle piece into place. Oh, wow. Okay. So is that what that is? Did I do it correctly? I did have a lot of trouble with TikTok early on in the World Cup, folks. And look how fast it went by. Look how fast it went by. We're already down to the last, well, I should say 5. and we'll decide who, see what's going on after this game. So I will take a step away for a couple seconds. I usually talk through the entire half, but I have to kind of really stabilize my voice and, and keep things, manage myself, because a couple times I had a difficult time. I wasn't feeling well this morning, folks, and I want to say a special thank you to everybody. You could see people on TikTok, YouTube, and so on, Twitch. You could see the socials here. Be sure to like and subscribe. Scan the QR code. People in the TikTok as well. Drop your comments. Hit those likes, because when you do that, you automatically qualify for a chance to win prizes from the EXTV giveaways. The EXTV giveaways, folks. So, like I said, from a tactical perspective, Switzerland playing the 4-2-3-1. Pressing. I'm seeing Zero Effect has joined. I can't see some of the names because Jaden has joined and a couple other people as well. So let me know your thoughts. But from a tactical perspective, my halftime reaction is Switzerland clearly have seen that let's try to attack Argentina and force them back. Perhaps they think they could force an error. And Argentina are very okay with this. Scaloni and his team, I'm not saying they're impregnable, but they're very okay with sitting back, forming that defense, and getting the counter-attack. And like I said, folks, in the past, a lot of people expected Argentina to play possession football, and they did it in the past for many years, played beautiful football. But this team is capable of playing different styles of football. So I'm hearing some notifications popping in as well. And I'm just paying attention to the multi-stream and people on Facebook. So people on Facebook as well, if you're there right now, drop that like. Be sure to follow. Let me know what you're thinking. What do you think about this game? Argentina! What do you think about this so far, folks? The YouTube did really well for the England game. We've been getting a steady increased viewership for these games. And I will be heading to Miami very soon, folks. So I will be trying to do some watch-alongs and some IRL streams on the streets of Miami. I am very tired, so after this game tonight, I'm going to really rest, look out for some content, look out for some reactions. We have a lot of cool social media content. And it's not just watch-alongs, folks. It's match previews with people like Shaka Hislop, SofaScore, Kenwin Jones, Terry Fennick. If you know those names, you know those names. And if you don't, you should Google them. So a lot of people have been asking me about my gay. I know a lot of people are going to step away at halftime. I will probably step away for a couple seconds to grab something to drink. I have my water off to the side here. And I will take a little bit of a halftime break, folks. So if you're following, if you're just joining us, it's halftime. Argentina 1, Switzerland 0. So let me know your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win? And I'm hearing my air conditioner making a whole bunch of noises. But with that being said, folks, let me know what you think. So I'm seeing Ansel Elcock. Is that you, the footballer, Ansel Elcock? Let me know. Like I said, folks, if you're joining the TikTok, we have a watch-along on YouTube and on Facebook as well. It has a lot of graphics and stats on the screen. And this TikTok is more for the engaged fans. So let me know where you're watching it from. Drop your predictions. When you follow and subscribe and so on, you do qualify for the chances. You do qualify for the chances, folks. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. So I'm just going to pay attention. I am hearing some kind of weird noises. Is it raining outside in Trinidad and Tobago? I don't know. I'm in the EXTV studios. And of course, let's see what's going on. So I'm just going to check and see my security around the house, the studios, and see if everything is okay. And guys, everybody in the TikTok as well, let me know what you're thinking is happening in this game. How do you think it's going to go? And just your general thoughts. So I'm paying attention here. We do have a couple people in the chat here. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm sending it to a lot of people. So people in the Facebook chat as well. Badron has liked. Thank you so much. I'm seeing a lot of people in the Facebook chat. So let's get those likes up and shares. And people in the Facebook, drop your comments. I see. Oh yeah, Badron. Let me just move the alert so you guys can see it. I'm going to shift the alert box very quickly so you all can see the alerts when they pop up. So let's give them a little shout out here. Welcome. So I'm just paying attention to my chat here and everybody in here. And I will step away for a couple seconds to see what's going on. And yes, so I'm going to pay attention. I'm hearing some sounds outside, so I'm going to pay attention to that, folks. So with that being said, Argentina versus Switzerland, I'm going to take a small break and I'll be back in a couple seconds. People in the TikTok, keep it going. I'm going to run away from the screen for a couple seconds. So keep the chat going. Keep the chat going. So I'll be back in a couple seconds, folks. BRB. We're back, we're back, we're back. So we're about to have the kickoff again, and we're off. And we're off again. I actually had perfect timing this time. I pressed play and it's not happening. What's going on here? So my clock isn't back. So we're back, folks, into the game. I'm going to have to fix my clock by a couple seconds. So it's going to be about 20 seconds in. So I think we're about right here. I think we're about right. So the game started back very quickly. I will be hydrating periodically. Like I said, people in the TikTok, we're back. People in the stream, we're back. So let me know. Keep the comments going as well. I'm going to pay attention to the multi-stream. If you guys want the play-by-play, I can't bring that up. I can't bring it up if you all want as well, folks. We could do that. So I'm going to bring back up the play-by-play if you all want that. Let me just pull it up really quickly here. And you all can see it. So let's see what changes that they made. I'm going to pay attention and make sure everything is okay, and I think it is. So we're back. Argentina applying a little bit more pressure, which they are capable of. Let me fix my TikTok there. That's my uniform collection. Switzerland. I'm not seeing any changes for Argentina. Switzerland going down that right side, a very strong marauding run. They probably got instructions to try to have a bigger go at Argentina. And as the game goes along, they're going to try to apply that pressure. And if you're an Argentina fan, you know, you're going to be far from relaxed for this game. Completely far from relaxed in this game. So Sweden applying that pressure. Argentina defending with 2 lines of 4 that could switch to 5 at the back. And a shot blocked, but well saved in the end by Emi Martinez. And if you're an Argentina fan, you're going to be happy. So I'm seeing now somebody has joined there. The studio lights are straight in my eye. You can see it in the reflection here. It's very difficult. So Lisandro Martinez. And once again, Switzerland are not allowing. So Lisandro Martinez with a very strong tackle. Sorry, Tagliafico with a strong tackle. And, Switzerland are working their way up that right side. So, Tagliafico trying to get his foot around Diu, I think. If that's his name, I can't see it. So, another free kick for... let me make sure my clock is correct. Another free kick for Switzerland. I have my device here to make sure it's in sync. And I think it is. I think it's correct. So, it's correct. And folks, pay attention to my clock. Sometimes it goes all over the place. I don't know why it does that. So Switzerland with a free kick here. Could it be dangerous? Well saved by Emi. And that's the kind of save you want to see from your goalkeeper. Dibu Martinez. Come on. So Rodrigo de Paul, the Inter Miami man. A lot of people was mad, including myself, that he went there. That his form may have dropped when he left Atletico Madrid. But it seems like something at Atletico Madrid doesn't agree with Argentinians. Enzo Fernandez trying to get on the end of that through ball. Julian Alvarez pressing relentlessly. That's what he does. And, it's great to see him running like that. And I think he's making up for the lack of maybe his quick touches with the hard work. Julian Alvarez is a player that could take people on. He can beat players. But he hasn't been the same since that injury, folks, especially for Argentina. So I think at some point, if the game stays like this, you're going to see probably Lautaro Martinez come on. And he could apply that physicality you need to release some players, take some pressure off, and, create some play for Argentina. So Switzerland pressing again. And they have not stopped pressing, and I guess why not, This is between... So Lionel Messi on the ball. Beautiful through ball every time he gets the ball. This could be something for Argentina. And he should have passed the ball. Molina should have passed the ball to Julian Alvarez. That's not a very good decision. So an excellent pass by Lionel Messi, as always. And he had Julian Alvarez wide open. What is going on with Molina? Not Molino. Because I'm so used to doing Trinidad and Tobago games. My goodness. And you could see Julian Alvarez a little bit annoyed because that could have given them the cushion they needed. Because in this day and age of football, it's very hard to get clean sheets. And this could be a problem for Argentina here. Well blocked by Lisandro Martinez. They're saying it's offside and it should not have been a shot in the first place. But Lisandro Martinez coming in to rescue Argentina there. But was it offside? That is a question that the Argentina players are asking. So let's take a look at the replay. I think it was. So even if he scored, it would have been offside. Did Molina keep him off? I keep saying Molino. And once again, folks, this is just like the Egypt game. When Egypt scored the second goal, he was able to get the ball through Molina. And we're seeing it again. So players are probably doing their research. Offensively, Molina offers a lot, but it was offside. Okay, it was. It did look offside to me. But it's a bit of a warning sign. And very alert defending by Lisandro Martinez in the end to still get that tackle in. Because, psychologically, you don't want to see that ball go into the net. Julian Alvarez applying that pressure. Lionel Messi wanting to respond very quickly. Still has the ball. Wow. This guy, man. To think I was worried about his physicality going into the game. So Switzerland now are going to really try to turn it on. And as expected, they will. Julian Alvarez, this could be something here. No help. He's by himself. He's fine. Oh, he almost found. The ref is getting in the way there. And Alvarez. But the ref got in the way of what would have been a clear shot for Argentina. Because the pace of the game is so fast. Julian Alvarez eventually getting a shot in the end that was deflected. And letting Switzerland know. Wow, I think that was going at least on target, folks. Now I understand why Alvarez was looking like that. So Argentina with another set piece. Switzerland naturally attacking as they should. They want to get back into this game. So Argentina have been very successful from set pieces so far in the tournament. Can they continue to do that? And, they want to get that second goal. You don't want that nervous ending if you're Argentina. So we have Romero, Lisandro Martinez, Enzo. You have Julian Alvarez. All players capable of scoring headers. And they did get the header, but Enzo heading it over the bar. The Swiss defense doing enough to push Enzo off balance and head the ball over the bar, folks. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. So Enzo. Akanji doing enough to throw Enzo off. But I think earlier, there was a couple plays earlier where Molina could have passed the ball to Julian, and he did not make the right decision. So you can see Switzerland pushing Argentina back here, trying to anticipate the back pass. Emi in a tricky spot. So clearly, the game plan is just keep pressing, and we'll force Argentina into a mistake. And, Christian Romero and Dibu Martinez communicating really well. Christian Romero has been great for Argentina in this tournament so far. And just the decision making of Molina just now would be very annoying if you're Julian Alvarez. So we are in the 52nd minute of the second half. Argentina 1, Switzerland 0. Emiliano Dibu Martinez keeping the ball. If you're an Argentina fan like myself, this is you can't relax. You can't relax at all. TikTok, you can't relax. I see people joining as well. Be sure to follow. So Dibu, very South American style delivery. That ball has gotten to, is that Julian Alvarez? No, it's Molina. So this could be, is it a far post cross? Not connecting with anyone from Rodrigo de Paul. And this is the thing, Argentina not afraid to try crosses. In the past, you would associate them with trying to pass the ball in. They're not afraid to play those aerial balls. And what a win by Lisandro Martinez, showing his physicality. That's why they call him the Butcher. Doing well to win that ball. McAllister. A couple times McAllister has been muscled off the ball, even though he scored the goal. Rodrigo de Paul with a clever bit of... Leandro Paredes, the Boca Juniors man. Boca showing his skill. Boca is a team I love, folks. And Inter Milan. But Inter is my team. But I have a lot of love for Boca Juniors. And there's a connection. So McAllister, a couple times they've been trying to get McAllister to release the ball. Enzo heading the ball out wide to Julian Alvarez. The pitch looks a bit kind of muddy in one area, if I'm seeing correctly. It looks a little bit off. Maybe they put some sort of material there to absorb moisture. Doesn't really look like a great pitch for a World Cup pitch, don't you think? I mean, if you're looking at the same stream I'm looking at, it doesn't look that great at all. So Rodrigo de Paul with a bit of a giveaway there. Trying to recover. Switzerland, of course, on the attack. Excellent tackle by Christian Romero. What a defender he is. Uncompromising tackle by Christian Romero. And Switzerland have that raw pace. They're not afraid to attack. But they are causing problems to Argentina, not making Argentina comfortable. A cross on the far side. Argentina with a little bit of trouble here. But once again, well tackled by Leandro Paredes. So Argentina not afraid to get stuck in. And Switzerland, there seems to be an injury to Paredes. And the ref is... That looks painful, I think, when he made that tackle. And if you're Argentina, you really don't want Paredes to be injured. He's grabbing his knee, folks. It looks bad. It looks bad. You could tell by his teammate's face. You know when a player is kind of wasting time. Paredes has been a monster in this game. Oh, he looks like in a lot of pain, folks. I'm hoping it's just the impact and maybe some of the ice. He did kind of come in. His knee twisted a little bit awkwardly. So let's see if he's okay. Let's see if he's okay. And Switzerland once again with a high press causing problems. And the ball just not falling kindly enough, and Argentina doing just enough. No foul or anything. Both players going for the ball. But I think Paredes may have felt the shock up to his knee. Endoy and Paredes clashing. So he's going to have to come off the pitch. And let's see. So let's take some comments really quickly. I'm seeing MD Hassan has liked. Like I said, folks, be sure to get your friends to continue liking. I really appreciate that. Drop your comments in the Facebook chat as well. Is Paredes okay? It looks like he's okay. If you're an Argentina fan, you're going to be a little bit relieved by that. Because they're going to need him in this game. They're going to need him in this game, folks. So, a drop ball. Switzerland going to be sportsmanlike and hand it back. No, they're not, of course. Why would they? I don't blame them. So Argentina, Switzerland are applying that pressure. And I think this is around the time that usually Scaloni brings on Montiel. This will be a goal kick for Argentina. So Molina, while he's not been perfect, he's kind of growing into the tournament. Very good tackle by Molina in the end. Clean, no foul, and even forcing a throw-in. So, like I said, we're approaching the 1 hour mark. And the Argentina fans are a little bit tense, as they should be, because we've seen how this tournament has gone so far. Even in the last World Cup, it was like that. Julian Alvarez trying to apply some pressure. Argentina are winning some of those second balls. And they are applying pressure as well. 5 seconds ago, this Swiss player was on the floor crying, and then he just gets back up. Embolo needs to calm down. If you're a Switzerland player, I know what he's trying to do, but I don't think it's working. Oops, so my TV, for whatever reason, is being ridiculous right now. I don't know why it's doing that, but I have to fix it very quickly. My TV went asleep on me, folks. Wow. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That never happened before. Why did that happen? Oh my God. So I'm not seeing the game for a couple seconds. And for whatever reason, when you turn on this Digicel block cable box, it goes back. So now it's frozen. My stream is frozen, folks, on TV. My TV feed from Rush Sports is frozen. What is going on? I can't see anything, folks. What is happening? This is ridiculous. There's always something with the Argentina games. Always something. The first game, they didn't show anything. Now it's frozen. Come on. What are you guys doing? Why is it frozen? Now it's back, finally. I was going to throw a massive tantrum, folks. Always some sort of problem. So, I missed at least 2 minutes of action. Hopefully it was nothing. So let me know what's going on. Tagliafico under a lot of pressure there. Lisandro Martinez showing his strength to keep the ball. And Switzerland are now going to apply that pressure, folks. So let's see what Scaloni is going to do. There's going to be a hydration break soon. Will Scaloni maybe bring on Lautaro Martinez? Will he make some changes? The thing is, it's not like one of those games where you could get a massive lead and bring in some players. I see a lot of players saying Scaloni should try this and he should try that. But when the games are so close, it's very difficult for you to try. That's what he should have been trying stuff before the tournament started. That's when you need to be trying stuff, when you're playing friendlies and so on. You can't try stuff during a World Cup. When you get to the World Cup, you're already making a bit of a header there. That was almost a problem from Embolo, who complains a lot. Instead of playing the game, that's what I'm going to call him. Didn't get enough of a connection on the header. Lisandro doing enough to just neutralize his ability to header the ball there. So Emi Martinez, Argentina are going to want to have to try to at least, create some chances here. But I guess maybe because they conceded in the last couple of games. Lionel Messi on the ball here. We all know every time he gets on the ball, it may be twice for the game, and those 2 times there's going to be a moment of magic. Argentina doing a little bit of a rondo there. Quick passing. Switzerland trying to close down their wing play. Lionel Messi, that's a foul, ref. The ref is allowing play to go on. And Switzerland, Argentina, when they try to do those combination passes down the wing, they're not allowing them to do it. So Lisandro Martinez, that pitch looks awful, folks. Is it me or the pitch looks awful? So both teams at 6 attempts. Argentina with 1 on target. And Switzerland with 2 on target, which I believe was that last one a little while ago. So they're very confident on the ball here. Switzerland, like I said, how long could Switzerland sustain this pressure? And I think that's the gamble both coaches are playing. Argentina is like, well, come at me, bro. And Switzerland is like, well, we'll come. And you'll eventually break. And I think that's the tactical approach. Julian Alvarez fighting Tagliafico and him getting the ball and drawing a foul. Who gets that foul there? I can't tell. Tagliafico using his intelligence. And while Tagliafico is one of the older players, he has been very useful for Argentina. I trust him more than Medina. I know a lot of people like Medina. We had Tagliafico and Acuna before. But, simple situations like that, being able to get in between the defender and the ball, just experience, a lot of experience. Both players at left back play in the French league. Tagliafico at Lyon and Medina at Marseille. It was supposed to be Baledi as well in the team, but Baledi got injured. So Senesi came in. I know a lot of people like that. So the game is pretty much very much a balanced game where Argentina are not afraid to let Switzerland get the ball. And it's something, it's a characteristic of Scaloni's team. Very rarely you'll see them really dominate possession for long periods. They're very okay. They can be tough if they need to be. Paredes looks like he's okay now. What a player Paredes has been. A lot of players have kind of declined. Whipped in. And, Argentina going to have to be careful for the counter-attack here. Switzerland has that pace. Getting a through ball. Rodrigo de Paul getting back. There's a 3-versus-3 situation. This could be dangerous for Argentina. Rodrigo de Paul, they have to be careful not to fall. Well blocked in the end by Molina. And this is where Switzerland are dangerous. And this is why, a 1-0 lead is so tricky. The game is so finely balanced. Rodrigo de Paul doing well to track back. And Molina keeping his position really well. Well done by Molina. And now a free kick a corner for Switzerland. This game, folks. This game. My goodness. I don't have Caron and these guys with me today to watch this game. Whipped in. Well cleared by McAllister once again, who is not only scoring, but he's clearing goals. So maybe he's getting some lessons from Ayala and Walter Samuel on the training staff. Switzerland continuing to be proactive, trying to get in there. Very much like Denmark versus... I keep saying Denmark. Norway versus England. I don't know why I kept doing that. Maybe just fatigue, folks. Maybe it's just a fatigue. So Rodrigo de Paul. I could probably see, if things don't change, possibly Argentina making a change in midfield. And also maybe Lautaro Martinez coming on. Providing nothing changes. Maybe reinforce and tighten things up a little bit. So people in the chat, who do you think they're going to bring on? Who do you think they're going to bring on, folks? So, Argentina, I just got a notification there. I got scared for a second there because SofaScore usually gives notifications on your phone as well. So, Switzerland passing the ball around the box, trying to create a 1-2. Argentina making a wall, a defense. And, they're trying to force their way through. And can Switzerland create something? A header down to Dibu Martinez, but doing well enough to save it. He does look, for those of you who really follow him, the few goals he ever conceded, those balls that bounce down tend to cause him a problem on that when the offense comes from the right side of the Argentina defense. It's just a thing. I don't know, just a coincidence. I don't know what it is. But wow. So I'm hearing some notifications flying in. So this game, Argentina, Scaloni is going to have a discussion with his players at halftime. At the hydration break, which is now kind of like a quarter for you Americans, a quarter. Wow, what a long-range shot there. And well saved by Emi Martinez. He is riling up the crowd. So excellent shot by Xhaka. And Emi Martinez with a save. And unlike Pickford, he tries to recover it very quickly. So let me read some comments really quickly here before I get back. Syed Shadin has liked. I really appreciate that. Like I said, folks, I'm not commenting as much. I'm really into this game. So I'm thinking Argentina want to be they want to keep the scoreline the same heading into the hydration break. Catch their breath, drink some water. And perhaps we may see Scaloni. This is normally the period where you may see some changes. So this is where Argentina is going to have to be careful. They're playing this football. They're allowing Switzerland to come at them. They're not pressing Switzerland. Switzerland are trying to get Argentina out. And when they're not, they're trying to bulldoze through and go down that right side. Once again, down that right side for Argentina. Lisandro Martinez getting the ball out. Trying to release the ball, but not doing a great job. Enzo applying a decent amount of pressure, but realizing it's futile and goes back. And, you know, Argentina, folks, they're not afraid to play this kind of football. So it's a very similar tactic they're playing. And it feels like I'm watching the England-Norway game, where England were not afraid to kind of sit back. And Switzerland cutting in here. And it's a goal for Switzerland. Oh, my God, it's a goal for Switzerland. Argentina playing a dangerous tactic of sitting back here, folks. Oh, my goodness. Folks, I saw that coming. They were sitting back. Switzerland were applying the pressure. And just like Cabo Verde, just like Egypt, they got the goal. Argentina have been defending for the entire game. Of course, we can't have a game that we can finish off. It's going to be a difficult game. And an excellent 1-2, and they do go down that right side. Excellent 1-2, dissecting Argentina. And in the end, a very dangerous, lethal finish, which I think Dibu Martinez could have probably done a lot better. So it is now 1-1. Oh, it went through the legs of Emi. Oh, my goodness. He should have had that covered. It went through his legs. I don't even think the Switzerland coach thought I was going to score because, you know, he is covering the near post. Oh, my goodness. Of course. Of course, folks. Of course. Of course. So now Argentina going to have to take control of the game. It's now tricky now. Switzerland with the confidence high. They're going to try to attack. I don't think Dibu Martinez has had the greatest tournament so far. And I don't like that Argentina kind of sat back a little bit and, you know, conceded that goal. And it just didn't seem to work for them. Now Switzerland have that wind in their sails now. He has been playing for that yellow card all game and eventually he got it. So Scaloni, once again, I was hoping they would get to the hydration break. And Paredes accepting the yellow card, but for some reason Switzerland are just going crazy. So look at that goal here. So, wow, folks. I think Embolo dived. Look at that. There was zero contact. There was zero contact in Embolo. So Embolo getting away with one. I'm surprised VAR didn't look into that because I think they're supposed to look into those things. So he completely dived and getting a yellow card. Oh, my goodness, folks. I think they're going to rescind that yellow card. I think the VAR staff told him it's clear as they look at the replay. And Embolo is going to have to be careful because simulation. Yes, folks, because Embolo dived. So if he dived, he already has a yellow. And if you get a second yellow, he's gone. And he's an idiot because I told you at the beginning of the game, he's trying to play this game that he's not good at. He keeps trying to get into the rest. But look at that. There's zero contact. Zero contact on Leandro Paredes. So all you people are going to start crying rig right now. There is zero contact. The ref is already seeing it. Zero contact. He's even telling the guys, I don't need to see anymore. He threw himself down. And it's very possible he's going to get another yellow card and be sent off. Review for mistaken identity. And I think Embolo, for simulating, is going to get a second yellow, folks. He's going to get a second yellow. He's going to have to get a second yellow. And that is a moronic move by Embolo. If you're a Switzerland fan, he messed up. I mean, the ref looked at it like about 10 times. Zero contact. He threw his foot into Paredes. Look at that. He's falling already. And then he throws his foot. And then has the nerve to act like he's in pain. I talked about this in the first half. So let's see, folks. What an idiot he is. What an absolute idiot Embolo is. Your side just equalized. And now you're possibly going to get sent off like a moron. That's not rigged, folks. That's stupidity. Let's hear what the ref is saying. Yes, excellent. You deserve that. I don't care what. Yes, that is correct. And you know what? You guys are going to cry rigged. You're going to cry rigged. I'm sick of this rigged talk. He dived like a coward. He dove in the first half. He tried. Why is he crying? You dived. You dived. It's clear in the replay. You tried to simulate a foul. Look at them. Look at them. They're trying it. They're going to cry rigged now. You're a fool. You're an absolute fool. You were 1-1. Your team was in the advantage and you decided to dive. What a complete moron. I told you all this. Go back in my chat and look at this. Everybody in the chat who's saying that's a bad call, you are crazy. He dove. I said this in the first half. Embolo is trying to play a game that he is not good at. He's constantly trying to con the ref and he conned himself. Look at the replay. Watch on the screen. Everybody who's talking, look at the screen there. He fouled Paredes, and now he fouled himself, and he can't cry. It's his own fault. Why are you crying? Don't cry. I don't feel sorry for you. You dive. I don't feel sorry for divers. And for people who keep saying it's rigged every time you don't get the call. You should feel... that's a dumb move. I said this in the first half, folks. You could go back to the first half when I said this. I said Embolo is playing a stupid game. Your side just equalized. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You were very okay laughing at Paredes when he got the yellow, drawing the attention to yourself. You can't do that. You can't do that. I'm sorry, you can't do that. And anybody who says otherwise in the chat, you need to get your eyes checked. You need to get your eyes checked. If anybody is get more, there's no way that's rigged. Embolo, if it's rigged, it's because Embolo got paid or something, because he's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. You have your side taking advantage of Argentina, and then you dive like an idiot because Paredes got into your head. What a buffoon he is. That is a moronic, stupid play. And if you're a coach, you can't pat your player on your back for that. That is stupidity. He's been doing it since the first half, and now he did it again. And he was very okay when Paredes was getting the yellow card, not knowing that he would get caught. He didn't even try. There was zero contact. Exactly when Switzerland was starting to get the momentum, you do that. If you're a coach, you'll be absolutely furious. And if you're mad, folks, any simulation is a yellow card. Once you are caught, because I'll tell you why, get more. When you dive and the other player gets a yellow, and then you realize that the player that got the yellow is wrong, then all of a sudden, the yellow card has to now go to the other player because the intent was to get into the other player's face and get a yellow card. So unfortunately, for the rigged conspiracy theorists, I hate to burst your bubble. I hate to burst your bubble. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And just when your team was doing well, you finally started to get some momentum and you got sent off. They have no right to be upset. No right to be upset. I'm upset because we conceded a goal. I don't like what Argentina was doing. And like I said, I'm going to put myself in the shoes of the Swiss. You just scored a goal. You had Argentina under a little bit of pressure. And you decide to throw yourself down in the age of VAR. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Moronic. Absolutely moronic. Folks, if you are looking at that and say that that's rigged, you need to get your head checked. Seriously. I know some of you don't like Argentina, and that's fine. But if you look at that and say that's not simulation, and he has been doing it since the first half. When this stream is done, I want you all to go back and see where I pointed it out. I said Embolo is playing a stupid game. He was trying to get in the ref's call. He actually dived a couple times. And I said my specific words were he's trying to play a game that normally works sometimes. But he clearly was not doing a good job. He's trying to be clever. Some people try to be clever and they can't be. And he's one of those guys. If you're Switzerland, you're going to be very mad. Kelly, I'll not speak to you again if you support Switzerland. Sorry. Never. Never, ever, ever. Of course, I'm joking. Vamos, Argentina, folks! Now, Argentina, like I said, folks, we're in a hydration break. This guy is such an idiot. Your team has just equalized. You have Argentina on the ropes and you dive like a punk. Come on. Come on. Come on. And the fact, what makes it a yellow, they were very okay with Paredes getting that yellow. Switzerland have been playing great. You have to blame Mbolo for throwing away this game, Kingley. They were starting to create moments. This idiot decided to dive. And throughout the entire game, I was saying this. So it's a hydration break. I'm not happy with Argentina's tactics right now. I think they need to really tighten things up. I think that goal was coming. Switzerland were knocking on the door. So Nico Gonzalez is coming on, and I think I could understand why. He adds that width. And, Scaloni is not going to be happy with it. I don't know if that's a tactical choice by Scaloni, the way he played. I don't know. But I don't know what he's thinking. But I don't like that. So I'm seeing some people messaging as well. I'm trying to read some of the comments. So yes. So Sean Riley from Flow. Oh, he's watching in LA. So my Flow Sports former boss is watching there as well. I'm just pausing for a couple of seconds, just getting rid of some spam here. So like I said, this game, folks, Switzerland managed to beat Argentina. I'll feel relieved that Messi is going home. Well, I know, Kingley, you don't like Messi. I know you don't like Messi. But let's be real. Let's be very real, folks, here. Let's take the emotion out. From the moment I saw he was dived, I knew he dived. I knew he was gone. And he's an idiot. You had the momentum in your hands, and now Argentina has a numerical advantage. Of course, this game is far from over, folks. Argentina playing what I call a very dangerous game. And I don't think after they scored the goal, they really created not much. And I don't know if that's a tactic from Scaloni or if it's Switzerland just playing that game. They looked at the Egypt and the Cabo Verde game and said, you know what, let's keep going at this team and eventually we'll get one. And it worked. They got one, but I saw that unfolding from the first half, folks. I saw that unfolding from the first half. Oh, let me pull back up the play-by-play. So there was some Nico Gonzalez came on, but I think he came on for Tagliafico, I think. I think he came on for Tagliafico. So we're approaching the 80th minute. Curtin Tallman. Like I said, I don't know, like Nico has that pace. But Nico's the kind of guy who gets in spaces, but he never scores though. If Nico Gonzalez scored half of the chances he created, he'd probably be a top goal scorer, like, not like Messi and Ronaldo, but he would have a lot of opportunities as well. But I don't understand if, and credit to Switzerland. And it seems like all Argentina goals do come down that right side. It's always down the right side. Well, the majority of them, obviously not all. And Switzerland, with that one man less still playing very good football. And Argentina are going to have to not take chances. They're a team that can play possessions. I don't know why they're not doing it. They're going to have to get a serious amount of possession. Switzerland doing well to keep the ball. Akanji coming up. He's a good ball-playing defender. I know that well because I follow him at Inter and when he was at Manchester City. So I think maybe Scaloni should take off Molina and bring on Montiel. So Switzerland looks like they're going to attack. They're going for it. I think they understand that, hey, if you keep going at this Argentina defense, you will get some chances. And Argentina were playing for that counter-attack that never came. I would even say, with the numerical advantage, you could probably take Messi off and bring Lautaro Martinez on. It gives you that extra pair of legs. So if you try to start a counter-attack, you can. So let's see if Scaloni makes that move. But make no mistake, folks, Switzerland are playing well. They are playing well. So Nico Gonzalez, I think he's coming on for Tagliafico. And I think they're going down both wing sides because with Tagliafico off, and you have Molina, I keep saying Molino because I'm a Trini. Molina. So let's see. Argentina are going to want to end this before the 90 minutes are over for them. As an Argentina fan, I'm not very happy with what I'm seeing. I think they tried a counter-attacking style and the counter-attack never came. Switzerland just kept attacking and attacking. Rodrigo de Paul. I think he thought Molina, I keep saying Molina was going to run. And Switzerland not afraid to attack. And like I said, they looked at Cabo Verde. They looked at Egypt and thinking, hey, let's just keep attacking. Let's just keep attacking and you'll get through. And Argentina now once again, not in dire straits as before, but now we have a game on their hands. Switzerland, could fancy themselves, sit back and counter at speed. And Argentina going to have to be very intelligent with the extra player. Marking Messi very hard, as they should. So once again, we're going to have to see what Scaloni comes up with here. Because teams are not afraid. Molina is just not convincing for me defensively, folks. Not anymore. So Rodrigo de Paul getting the ball out there. And Argentina, can they take advantage of the numerical superiority, folks? Can they do that? Gosh, why can't I get an easy game? I knew from this stage on it's going to be difficult games. And everybody's talking about the next game. You have to get there first, folks. So Enzo. And, we have to watch out. If you attack, Nico Gonzalez is not that great at defending. Lionel Messi. But similar tactic to Egypt. Argentina likes to play those 1-2s on top of the box there. But they have that quartet of players to kind of close Messi off. So are they going to shift Messi outside? Are we going to see Lautaro come on? Are we going to see Lautaro Martinez comes on? This is just like the England game, folks. Very similar. Minus the hate and rig comments. It's exactly kind of like the England game. It's just Argentina scored first. So, Switzerland have shown they can attack. And they're not going to take the pressure off. Putting some pressure on Romero, who's applying that physicality. I do think taking off Tagliafico, the pitch looks awful though. Folks, do you all think the pitch looks awful? It does look awful. It does look awful. So like I said, folks, Argentina creating, passing the ball around, and trying to create something here. Lionel Messi. Enzo. So they have to be very careful here because this is very similar to Egypt when it was 1-1, where they're probably saying, okay, let's sit back, come Argentina, come at us, and we'll have a breakaway and we'll run at your defense. I think that's what they're thinking. So Argentina going to have to be very careful. Ball into Leo. Could this be it? Oh my gosh, that could have been it for Lionel Messi, but he was offside. He was offside. He was offside, folks. Actually, he wasn't offside. I think he is onside. So if it's scored, they would have checked and it would have been a goal. So, Messi probably could have scored a goal there, but didn't. So he's probably going to want to get that one back. So Rodrigo de Paul. So Montiel, as I suspected, is coming on to reinforce, and Lautaro Martinez. The thing is, when you're a defender and you're coming on, so Montiel ran his legs off. Lautaro, I think it's the same tactic. They're going to put Messi out wide right. Lautaro is going to be in the box. And Julian Alvarez is going to be running around. What a game, folks. What a game. What a game. Of course, the Argentina haters are going to be loving this. Argentina fans are going to be aging because, of course, every game we play is like this. Every game we play is like this. So, can Argentina take advantage of the numerical superiority? I don't know. Let's see. Just paying attention to my clock. Sometimes it goes off. So, triple substitution for Switzerland. I guess it's to adjust to the one man less. And if you're an Argentina fan, you're probably stressed. You are probably stressed. Scaloni trying to play that defensive counter-attacking style of football, and it didn't seem to work so far. So Fabien out, Muhaim Miro in. So I'm seeing people coming in as well. I just want to read the comments really quickly. I'm seeing Arif has followed. Get more. Yeah, the pitch does look terrible. It looks awful. It looks awful. Folks, even though Argentina have an extra man, I can't say I'm very confident. Switzerland, I think, trying to draw a foul out of Argentina, which will even things up. But folks, Argentina are used to this. You know, playing in these difficult games and winning difficultly. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish they would just win easily. But, you know, this is a team that suffers, likes to make its fans suffer. And I think, you know, with that extra player on, I think they're using the same tactic that they did against Egypt with Lautaro Martinez on, McAllister fighting. And this is dangerous for Argentina. This is dangerous for Argentina, but well read by Romero, being the presence needed to be calm at the back. What a game, folks. We're 3 minutes away from the 90th minute. And, you know, Switzerland, like I said, they are fancying their chances to attack Argentina. As I stated before, they're taking a play out of all the other teams. Let's keep attacking, and eventually we'll get something. And this is exactly how the dynamic for the Egypt game was set up, where Argentina were chasing that second goal. And in the end, Egypt counter-attacked them. So they're going to have to be very careful. Now, Argentina do have that extra man, but we'll see how it goes. Messi trying to find a through ball in there. He's probably going to want that one back that he thought it was offside. That could have been the nail in the coffin for Switzerland and take some pressure off of Argentina. And this is where, you know, the midfielders of Argentina, there's going to have to use a lot of intelligence here. Because Egypt have no need... sorry, I'm saying Egypt because I'm having flashbacks. Because it's just like that game. Switzerland don't need to move at all. And Argentina could just kind of... They want Argentina to attack. Come at us and we'll counter-attack. That's what they're saying. So they're trying to draw them out. And like I said, it's going to be very difficult. If you remember, it took a counter-attack from deep for Argentina to score that winning goal against Egypt. So... A lot of people are talking about the close games, but the other game was close as well. Trying to get the ball in. And Argentina have to be very intelligent with how they do the ball here. And Switzerland, we know what Switzerland are going to do. In their mind, let's sit back. And then we attack the defense when they're high up. Whipped in. Not very well cleared. Crossed back in. Oh my goodness, I can't believe Nico Gonzalez kept that ball in. And McAllister heading it wide. They're claiming it's a corner. McAllister claiming it's a corner, so let's see. So the ball was whipped in. I thought they messed it up there, but Nico Gonzalez, wow, that's pretty impressive getting the ball in. I think they have a case for a corner, folks. So that's an excellent cross, and I thought that was out. Yeah, I understand why McAllister is upset. That was all Switzerland. But I guess, I don't know, did they get that corner? I guess not. So, I mean, these are the kind of calls that could really change the momentum of a game. I mean... The ref had to see that. That pitch looks awful, folks. The ball is bumping around. There's little sinks in the areas of the pitch there. Where is this pitch? Folks in the chat, you can let me know where this game is because I don't know where it is. I can't remember. Absolutely crazy. So who is that? Paredes. He kind of runs like DePaul sometimes. So they're going to have to be careful because we know what Switzerland are playing for. Spreading the ball out to Nico. Nico will give you that width. And Switzerland doing well to keep their shape. So you could see they're 5 at the back, and then they could switch to 5-4. And one player there to cause the counterattack. So they're just waiting for that counterattack. Argentina probing. They also have to be careful because it's 9 minutes of added on time. So Argentina are going to try to grind them down. And, you know, like unlike Spain, they're a bit more aggressive with it. And this definitely should be a corner for Argentina. So, you know, Argentina here, folks, are going to have to be very careful. I can't even sit properly, folks. I'm going to sit on this side. So a corner for Argentina. Let's read some of the comments really quickly. Swiss manager has the best. He does. He does have the best here. I'm a little bit jealous of it. So Paredes, a short corner. That pitch looks so terrible. You could see the ball sinking in certain areas. I mean, that's terrible for a World Cup pitch. I know they got a lot of criticism for the Copa America for bad pitches. I don't know if maybe it's looking bad, but the grass is actually okay. So Argentina probing. So the entire Switzerland team is in the box. A line of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A line of 7. Lionel Messi almost getting a shot on goal. And, Messi, that's what Messi does, folks. But because they're one man down, Argentina are going to try to break it down. And it wasn't too far from the post, folks. Lionel Messi cutting back, beating his man, Xhaka. And just far of the post. Just far of the post. Not too far off. But Switzerland doing well to kind of limit Argentina's attack. My goodness. My goodness. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. What a tense game. Argentina are going to have to make use of the numerical superiority. And like I said, Switzerland have proven themselves dangerous on the counter-attack. And just like with Egypt, if you all remember, they got that third goal from a counter-attack. Alvarez winning the ball very deep. And I think when teams defend like this, so Nico Gonzalez, wow. That's the thing you get with Nico Gonzalez. He could be brilliant and terrible at the same time. He's athletic, he's fast. And then that was a horrible cross in the end. I know he was trying to go for power. Scaloni looking like he is aging in this World Cup. Every game has been a headache. And you can't even think about the next game because you can only focus on now. So we're approaching the 3rd minute of added on time. I was hoping... Oh my gosh. So Argentina need to use the numerical superiority and go on. And I know a lot of the rigged conspiracy theorists are going to be whining, but there was nothing rigged about that. It was just stupidity from Mbolo. Switzerland were playing well, and they still are. And, he completely messed up. So look at that. 5 at the back, 3 in front of 5, and Xhaka up front. Clearly with the intent of, you come at us, Argentina, and we will counter-attack. And why not? So Nico Gonzalez, also a player coming back from injury. Julian Alvarez in that area. He is capable of some playmaking and passing as well. And there's a wall of Swiss defenders. And Argentina trying to get around this. This reminds me of so Messi once again trying to create a 1-2. And one of the Swedish players dropping to the floor. And he's holding on to his feet. And like I said, that theatrical behavior in the first half, I did mention that would come back to haunt Mbolo. So he looks like he's injured. I'm not too sure who that is. That's some sort of celebrity in the crowd. My goodness, folks. I can't. Where's my water? I have to hydrate. People in the TikTok. I don't know. Curtin, is it Kansas City? Okay, Kansas City. So Dennis Zakaria coming off, injured. And who's coming on? So Ricardo Rodriguez is also coming off. Ire Komert is coming on. And let's see here. Switzerland. So he's not injured. He's coming back on. He's okay. So they're bringing on another... Is that a defender they're bringing on? I can't see. So like I said, Argentina are going to have to be very careful for the counter-attack. We saw what Egypt could have done. We see that Switzerland are capable of this. And, Argentina have no need to really press themselves forward too much. Trying to get the ball to Lautaro Martinez. And just over his head. So it's going to be very difficult to break down this team like this. So let's see. The rest of Argentina are going to have to step up. This allowing Switzerland to get some breathing room, to calm down. They've been chasing for the last maybe 15, 20 minutes. That will tire you out. Nico Gonzalez will win that header. He is very good aerially, but his finishing always almost lets him down. And some of his decision-making, I'm not a huge fan of Nico Gonzalez at times. I call him the poor man's Di Maria. Not even close. It's almost an insult to compare both of those guys. He's not crap, but he has a hot head on him. And Argentina right now have to be careful because counterattacks can be lethal. Counterattacks can be lethal. So Switzerland with 5 at the back with 3 in front, sometimes 7. And Argentina are going to have to find those gaps. And also, A lot of people are saying, why don't they attack? Because you can counter-attack. So Julian Alvarez in that bumpy area of the pitch, which is ridiculous. Every time the ball gets there. So they're going on that side with Nico Gonzalez, trying to form a bit of a... Try to pull the Swedish players to the right side of the left side of the pitch and getting the ball out to Messi, who's playing in a Di Maria role. Messi still having the ball. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez here. Julian Alvarez, you know, pre-injury probably would have dribbled past a couple players. So it's just like a block of guys in front of Argentina right now. And, you know, Switzerland just clearing the ball. I don't think they even have enough numbers to do a counter-attack. So their job is let's lock things down and get to maybe extra time. Regroup at when the game is done. That's their plan. I don't think Argentina wants that, of course. Lionel Messi has experience. Whips the ball in. And, of course, with the pressure, Switzerland, Widmer, hitting the ball out for a corner. My God, folks. My goodness. My goodness. What a difficult game. What a difficult game. Lionel Messi. One of the Swiss players giving Nico a shove. It's probably a friendly shove, I don't know. Wow, folks, if I'm quiet. So we have Cuti Romero, and we have to be careful. You know, they're going to try to score from this counter. And Messi with a corner, whipping it in. Acrobatic. What a save. A bicycle kick from Lisandro Martinez, and an even more brilliant save from the great keeper from Switzerland. And we did highlight him as one of the key players for Switzerland. So, wow, that is a great effort by Lisandro. Lionel Messi trying to get past his players, but to be fair, running and winning the ball back. Switzerland are willing to let Argentina come forward. Trying to get that overlay. Argentina trying to cut on the inside. But Switzerland keeping their shape. So I don't know if Switzerland can do this for another 30 minutes. And Argentina, I think, being patient. Crossed in. And, you know, Switzerland defending for their lives now. And I don't think, you know, there's no attacking outlets. But Argentina has to be very careful that they don't get lured in. And drawing a foul much to the relief. So this game is going to go to extra time more than likely, folks. This game is going to go to extra time more than likely. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. So look at that shot. And it was going in, you know. Lisandro Martinez with a bicycle kick. Lautaro Martinez trying to redirect it. But what a save. So full time. Full time. So it is 1-1. A player getting sent off. Stupidly so, folks, I would say. And, you know, we now go to extra time. McAllister, 10. So just like England, we're going to extra time. Folks, this is a marathon session for me. I'm going to need a rest. So I'm seeing Princess. It's 1-1. Argentina 1. Switzerland getting a goal back and then getting a red card. So let's see how that goes, folks. Let's see how that goes. I got a couple spam earlier. So the players having their discussions. Folks, what do you think about this game? What do you think is going to happen? What a crazy game. I think Argentina played a little bit of a dangerous game. And I think they're just messing up, folks. I don't like that tactic of sitting back. Of course, you know, I know Rush Sports, there's a lot of Argentina haters in there. I know that. I know that. So the game, as expected, I was hoping it would be a very boring game, but I knew once again, you'll never hear me say it's an easy game. What tactical solutions are Scaloni going to do? Let me read some of this. So Sean Riley is watching it in LA. And I'm seeing Ahmed Rassel has just liked. I really appreciate that. I'm seeing the notifications being blocked a little bit. So let me put it in a clear area so we could see them. I'll put it down here. What about that? That's a good area. So I'm going to close down the play-by-play for a second. But tactically, folks, Argentina sat back for the majority of this half. I'm seeing Alok Data has liked. Welcome. I saw that Argentina sat back a lot. And I don't know if they were trying to create a counter-attack that never came. And, Scaloni is having his discussions. I don't know if that was a tactical thing, but let's be honest. Let's talk about the red card. Switzerland got that goal and they deserved it from Ndoye. And then, as I mentioned in the first half, Embolo was playing that stupid game. And he kept playing. And the thing is, you had an advantage here. And the thing is, the way how you dived and you got the yellow card, it was a blatant attempt. You could actually see in the replay some of his players look annoyed with him. And then they were very okay when they thought Paredes got the yellow. Of course, we're hearing the rush commentary talking about how Argentina is favored. Because the rules conveniently, when it's Argentina, it conveniently, comes out. It's a very lazy narrative. I'm very annoyed about this. And, that's how it goes. I mean, are Argentina playing the greatest football we've seen? No. But Switzerland, can they sustain that inevitable Argentina attack? Are Argentina going to attack recklessly? Argentina going to have to take advantage of the numerical superiority? Switzerland are now going to have to be like, guys, what do we do? Do we sit back and hope for a counterattack? Argentina just keep giving us heart attacks, man. Yes, correct. And they did this in the last World Cup as well. I see somebody just followed. Vanessa, thank you so much for following. I appreciate that a lot. And people in the Facebook Live as well. I have to pace myself. These are 2 back-to-back games that are going to extra time. I may step away for a couple minutes, folks, to give myself a rest. People in the TikTok as well. Kelly, you're not my family if you're supporting that team. I'm sorry. You said you were sticking with USA, Kelly. Stick with USA. You can't jump teams now, Kelly. You can't. Sorry. So I'm seeing yes. So Kelly, you were supporting USA. You have to stick with your team, Kelly. I'm seeing somebody saying here, is that France? I don't have my glasses, folks, and the studio lights are straight on me, so I can't see all the comments. I can't really see that person's name. But what a game, folks. So I think you're already getting ready. Let me get the clock ready to go. It was a very quick. I was going to take a break, but I don't have time. So we're going to start the kickoff. So let me make sure I get the clock correctly. Kelly, everybody else, the game is about to restart. People in the TikTok as well. So let's see. So we're not seeing a countdown. I'm not seeing a countdown. So let's see what Lionel Scaloni has done. Let's see what Switzerland has done to adjust their tactics. Yeah, I'm not seeing a countdown on the screen, so I'm just going to have to watch. And we have begun the first half of extra time. Argentina 1, Switzerland 1. Switzerland with 1 man down. Switzerland equalizing in the 67th minute. And then foolishly going a man down when they were in the ascension. They were playing well. That's just completely moronic by Embolo. So Argentina, once again, are going to try to probe. And I'm sure the coach probably told them, keep things tight and maybe try to get to a counterattack. I very much doubt they're going to say, let's try to get to full time at... This could be it. Ooh, blocked. Nico Gonzalez. And... just wide, 3 shots, one after the other, but just enough men in the box there to not give Argentina a clear shot on goal. Argentina showing their intent and applying that pressure, just turning that screw in, folks. Turning that screw in there. Turning that screw. Come on, Argentina, come on. So 3 shots, all blocked. McAllister, Nico, and I can't remember who else. I think it was Lautaro. So Messi with a header here. And, like I said, Switzerland are doing well, but can they do this for 20 minutes? And will they try to sneak a counter-attack? I think that's Thiago Almada just came on, so Argentina made some substitutions. Who did he come on for? Is it Julian Alvarez? Okay, so there's a shot from outside the box there from Julian Alvarez. I think Julian Alvarez, before the injury, would have scored that. So the ball gone to the boy. So, wow, Scaloni drinking his water. So am I. I'm thirsty. And like I said, folks, I was not feeling that great this morning. These games have been catching up with me. I have done a match preview we can check out on the YouTube channel with SofaScore. And 2 games that have now gone to extra time. So I'm going to have to give myself, I have to go and really recharge and reset my body and take care of myself. Folks, everybody in the chat, I want you all to take care of yourselves. You notice I'm not drinking. I drink water all the time. I used to drink a lot of Coke back in the day. Anybody who knows me, take care of your bodies, take care of your mind. I know we're supporting different teams and so on, but everybody, take care of yourselves. Kelly, where you all watching the game, Kelly? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So I'm saying, Uncle Sam, whoever wins this is guaranteed it'll be 1 in 10 immense heartache for one nation at the end. So another shot there from Almada. So Scaloni has options. And I think Argentina are slowly creating chances. But make no mistake, we identified in our match preview how good the Switzerland keeper is. So Argentina would not want this to go to penalties. I think they want to try to get this done and dusted. I can't even imagine what the tactics are for Switzerland, because you have a team that could really possess the ball. They can't take you on. You are playing with one man down. If you try to do a counter-attack, Argentina could probably pick you off. So I think their plan is to just kind of sit back and, just kind of frustrate Argentina. And eventually hope Argentina make a mistake and capitalize on it. And Argentina are probably going to use their intelligence to try to grind them down. So this is a real mental test for both teams. Almada likes that area to shoot as well. He scored a lot of those in qualifiers. Nico Gonzalez falling down because, Nico Gonzalez is a little bit of one of those types of players. You really don't know what you're going to expect from him when you get Nico on the ball. He could be very physically brilliant, but he hasn't really mastered the art of just finishing those chances he has. So Nico Gonzalez... But he seems to be well liked by coaches, including Scaloni. Almada in the box there, trying to cause some problems. Twisting and turning. And of course, Switzerland not losing their shape, to their credit. It's very much like the England game when they played Mexico and England in the last game. So Lionel Messi being the playmaker. Almada, trying to get past that trio of Swiss defenders. But they're keeping their shape, folks. They are keeping their shape. So Argentina, I think, just trying to grind them down, burn their legs out. I mean, it makes sense. Argentina can now catch their breath, play at walking pace, and then try to really get the Swiss players to, Messi trying to get the ball to, I think that's Julian. Like I said, Julian is not 100% himself, folks. This is where Messi needs some help from his teammates. I mean, McAllister did the job. What a shot by Almada, folks. And Almada usually, that's his favorite area. I think that's why they put him there. Almada has scored a lot of those in qualifiers from that spot. And I think for the Olympic team as well. So very narrowly wide, a shot by Almada. So I'm guessing Switzerland are saying, hey, let's just sit back and do it. Let's just sit back and hold off. What a game, folks. What a game. What a game. So Zakaria, who had a little bit of an injury scare earlier, he's coming off. And Jasharia is coming on. I took off the play-by-play on the screen, folks. I feel like it was a little bit distracting. So I took it off. I don't think anybody cares if it's there or not right now. So Uncle Sam, welcome. Sofur Odin, welcome as well. I just saw you liked a couple minutes ago. Folks, what a game we have here. Argentina 1, Switzerland 1. We're 5 minutes into the first half of extra time. Switzerland with a rare attack. And, would it just be crazy if Switzerland, with all that defensive posturing, managed to cause some problems for Argentina? And this is where Argentina have to be very careful. Because Switzerland have been very competent in attack. And Almada getting a foul, showing a little bit of inexperience there. And now it's a free kick for Switzerland. My legs are hurting, folks. I need to stretch. I've been running for more than 4 to 5 hours now. I don't know, folks. I don't know. This is a set piece. I've been watching Argentina football my entire life. I've seen games where Argentina dominated and crazier things have happened. And I hope it's not one of these games. So this is what Sweden are going to have to rely on set pieces. So I'm seeing Montiel getting shoved by Akanji a lot in front of the ref. So the ref is going to see that. Now Akanji is very good with the headers. So Montiel is going to have to be careful. And then you have Nico Gonzalez, who's not the most defensive player. So the ball is whipped in. Akanji getting the ball, and I think he got a foul on Montiel. So well done by Martinez. Getting an elbow into Martinez as well. So Argentina, Messi on the ball here. And, Messi's running. He plays. What a through ball by Lionel Messi. Lautaro Martinez trying to get on it, but well shielded by Akanji, I believe. The two Inter Milan teammates. No, they're not. It's not Akanji. Also, both Inter Milan teammates. Thing is, I don't think that should have been a yellow, though. You could see that he held back. But I think, that's a bit of a soft yellow for Lautaro. Both the Inter Milan teammates, Lautaro offering the pulling up, but he didn't. So, that's your captain at club level. But I get they're competitive. So Sweden, the fans are hyped. Scaloni with his poker face. So every game in the knockout stage has been a nightmare. Every game has been intense. And it's not just an Argentina thing, folks. So McAllister with a little bit of a foul there. And, let's be real. Up until when Switzerland scored, Argentina were not creating. And I realized that was a tactical choice by Scaloni. He was playing for that counter-attacking play. But Switzerland, to their credit, kept attacking. As they're doing now, they're going to have to choose their moments. And Argentina are going to have to be careful that Switzerland, they're going to have to pick and choose their moments. But, they do look a little bit nervous when Switzerland attack. So, Argentina here, folks, I don't think they want to go to a shootout. I think Argentina want to settle this very quickly. And I think Switzerland would fancy their chances, why not? You're one man down. Let's try to get to full time. Maybe get a couple chances. And just, get stuck in. So Lionel Messi whipping the ball in, but the other player's not reading it. Oh my goodness. Uncle Sam, whoever. Oh, I just read that comment. So I'm seeing Saida Sultana Guljar has followed. Welcome. I am not enjoying this game. I'm not enjoying this game at all. I don't get to enjoy any Argentina games except maybe the group stage games. And even then, I was still worried. I guess if you really follow football like I do and you analyze the game like I do, it's very hard to really just enjoy the game. So the Argentina fans are singing, always behind their team. They're going to have to be very calm. What is Emmy doing? Emmy not connecting well with the ball there. And to be honest, folks, I did have some concerns about Emmy. I felt as if he should have done better when they did concede that goal. When we look back, I was looking at the replays. And, Emmy of a couple of years ago, pre-injury, would have stopped that. So, Leandro Paredes. Switzerland, deep in their own half. Argentina trying to force them open, but carefully without trying to concede a counter-attack. Romero. You could see they're waiting for the players to come out. You have Lionel Messi trying some 1-2 combinations on the box there. Almada in that favorite area that he likes. Almada dribbling. If you have tired legs, a player like that is a nightmare. And of course, Almada just running out of room there. So, if you're Switzerland, the game plan is, listen, let's lock things down. If we get a couple chances, we'll take it. And maybe just let's try to get to penalties, maybe. I think that's their plan. I think Argentina don't want that. I think Argentina won that goal, and then when Switzerland opens up, they could kind of pick them off. I think that's their plan. But so far, Switzerland have been steadfast in their defending. And Messi got a hard foul there. So, for anybody else, this would be like too far out. But for Lionel Messi, the Swiss coach And now it's becoming a bit of an excuse. Every time you don't get your way against Argentina, you cry rigged. It's very stupid and cowardly, and you all need to stop that. It is a foul. I mean, come on, he got body checked. Just look at it. I think it's a very lazy narrative now. It's very late in the game. A lot of tired legs. You know, Messi, you'd think Messi would want to come off now, but, you know, he's just not that kind of guy. 39 years old. You know, Kobel, we did highlight in our match preview. He's a very strong player. Very strong player. So he's a top goalkeeper. Normally, for any other player, you would say this is too far. But who knows with Argentina? And then if you're Switzerland, you're thinking, okay, let's try to deal with this set piece and try to launch a counter-attack, maybe. So it's very far out. Let's see what Lionel Messi can do. He has scored from here before. It's very difficult to doubt this man. The wall doing its job straight at the wall. So Switzerland are not going down without a fight, just like Norway earlier today. So like I said, they are trying to pressure players. They draw a foul. Lisandro Martinez is down. He's going to want to get back up because if there's a counter-attack, you know, it could be a problem for Argentina. McAllister, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi trying to pull some players towards him. Leandro Paredes. Like I said, when a team is defending like this, it's very difficult to score on them because just... So Argentina now are playing 10 versus 10. And they're going to have to be careful because let's say Sweden gets a counter-attack. They'll have no excuse. So I think they're going to have to try to get the ball out of play, folks, because with Messi up front, Nico Gonzalez, come on. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. I think Argentina are going to have to take off Nico Gonzalez, even though he just came on. Nico Gonzalez looks like he's in a lot of pain. And McAllister now with a good cross. But what's going on with Nico Gonzalez? He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Ooh, studs down his Achilles tendon all the way down to his ankle. That always hurts, folks. That always hurts. His boots came off. So you got the full body weight of that player down his back. He doesn't look okay, folks. And you don't want okay Nico Gonzalez because then that means you could get a foul. But not a great cross from McAllister. So what is Scaloni going to do? So we are in the 104th minute, 14 minutes of this first half of extra time. And a shot on goal. And Sweden are resorting to shots from outside the box. And, you know, if you're Argentina, you'll be very happy with that. And I think Argentina, folks... I'm seeing Romero also not walking. He's walking kind of gingerly. I don't like that. That's not great if you're an Argentina fan. So there's 1 minute of added on time. 1 minute of added on time. We're in the first half of extra time. Argentina probing. This could be something here. Nico Gonzalez was always going to win that header, but he tried to head it down to Lautaro Martinez. And unfortunately, Nico Gonzalez is limping, folks. He is limping. He's not okay. He's asking Paredes for the ball. Maybe it's a tactic. Maybe he's pretending. I don't know. So Montiel crossing the ball in. Lisandro Martinez. Nico Gonzalez. And it's a corner for Argentina. So can Argentina get something from this corner? Come on, Argentina. Come on. People in the TikTok, this is highly stressful. Highly stressful. I want to go home and have a good night's sleep, and I can't. What a game. Nico Gonzalez does not look okay, folks, and that could be a problem. Romero getting on the ball. But I think, you know, Switzerland doing enough to get to the second half of extra time. So... the first half of extra time is about to be done. I know some people may be a couple seconds ahead. What a game, folks. What a game. So let me stop my clock here. Stop the clock. What a game, folks. What a game. I'm not enjoying this, of course. I need to sit down on my chair because... once again... oh, my Argentina keys. This game, folks. This game. What is Scaloni going to say to his men? I mean, they're doing everything they can to try to break them down. You could see Switzerland playing for their lives. They want to go to penalties. This is ridiculous, folks. This is ridiculous. People in the TikTok, I'm going to shift a little bit. I have to slouch down in my chair. What a game, folks. What a game. What a game. What is Scaloni going to do, folks? Argentina have been trying to break them down. Nico Gonzalez looks like he's carrying an injury. If you are Switzerland right now, you're probably saying just keep doing what you're doing. Jim Islahira has liked. Welcome. What a game, folks. What a game. I was hoping maybe Argentina could have gotten that 2-0. But deep down, I knew that was not going to be the case. So Switzerland defending. And clearly their plan is sit back, choose your moments. If you get a chance, take it. And when we have to defend, let's defend. So they are defending for their lives. And penalties, folks. Penalties are anything. Anything goes in penalties. And I think we have outside maybe the Cabo Verde keeper. One of this, the top 3 keepers in the tournament in Switzerland. So I'm getting a little uneasy now, folks. I'm getting a little uneasy. People in the TikTok, what are you saying? People in the TikTok, what are you saying? I have to recline, folks. I have to rest. I have to pace myself. Every game has been a battle for Argentina. Every single game. And I guess at some point, this is the quarterfinal, folks. Yeah, Emi Martinez is not 100 from Candice. Nigel Pierre, good night, Nigel. What a crazy night. I'm sitting in my chair because I'm a bit mentally fried right now. I don't like that Romero is kind of sitting like that. That's not okay. I'm seeing Senisi and Paz. Otamendi has just come on for Romero. That's an interesting sub. So the experience of Otamendi is coming on. Otamendi, folks, what do you think about that substitution? Did Romero damage himself? Because he did come into the tournament with a bit of an injury. He was rested a lot in the group stage. And I think these extra time games are really taking its toll on the players. So the games are like, it's not like they're close where you could say, hey, let's try some players. You know? So Lautaro Martinez getting, oh, I didn't start my clock back. What am I doing? So we're back. We're back. I'm going to have to sync up my clock. So it's already 14 seconds in. So Argentina doubling up here. Let me just get the timing right, folks. I don't know what the clock is. I'm going to have to fix it. I forgot to restart my clock. TikTok. I'm starting to run low on energy here. 33 seconds. So I think it's about the same now, according to my TV. I know it's a little bit different for everybody. So let me just fix this really quickly so people can see me. So the second half of extra time has begun, and it is still 1-1. If you're Switzerland, you know, you're defending for your life. If you're Argentina, you're probably starting to get a bit frustrated that you can't break down this resolute Switzerland defense. And, you know, they're very okay sitting down. And, you know, this all works for Switzerland. That's a bit of a theatrical dive there, but this is where they're dangerous. This is where they're dangerous, folks. This is tough. I don't want this to go to penalties. Argentina supporter here, but I'm not sure we are going to make it through this one, honestly. Oh my goodness, don't say that. Don't say that. Akanji is very good on the ball. So, you know, this is what you don't want as an Argentina fan. And it was in the box, folks. That was scary. That was scary. So Argentina. So Switzerland now applying a rare moment of pressure, but they're going to have to dart back and get into their defensive shape. So, wow, what a delivery by Switzerland. So Lisandro Martinez, Nicolas Otamendi's on. Romero had to come off. We did see he was limping. I hope he's okay. But at this point, you know, we can't really worry about the next game. So Lionel Messi drawing his players in here. 100 players in the Sweden box. And this is where they have to be careful. This is where they have to be careful. The counter-attack. And once again, and I don't think he had the legs to get through. But he did well to get past 1, 2, or 3 players. Leandro Paredes looks like he's starting to pull up now. So are they going to have to make a substitution for Paredes? Yeah, he's gesturing to Scaloni. They're going to have to make that substitution because if they do a counter-attack and catch him. So I think it could be, you need somebody like, they could probably get away because you have one player up with maybe Lo Celso. I'm trying to think who else could come on. So Lionel Messi trying to create something here. I think Alvarez getting in Lionel Messi's way there. So experienced players, they've done this before. They've been in difficult situations like this. Copa America final, other tournaments. And, you know, this is a team that has a lot of character. And Switzerland have been doing a great job, folks. You have to give them a lot of respect for that. So let's see. Almada, Lionel Messi, trying to create a 1-2 here, but Switzerland are just blocking up that box, folks. I don't think, oh goodness, the ball just rolling away. They're trying to get them open. But if you're Switzerland, just lock things up and don't move. That's just how it's going to go. So Lautaro Martinez trying to get the ball to Lautaro. And a little bit of frustration starting to creep in here for Argentina. But this is a team that has done this before. Lautaro showing his athleticism, but just missing the ball in the end there. And this was the delivery into the box, and it was cleared by... Who cleared that? Oh, Lautaro Martinez, of all people, with a Dybala-esque clearance. So, Paredes. So, Lopez is coming off. Interesting. So, this is probably the second time we're seeing Lopez in the tournament. And I'm guessing Palacios is coming on. Candice. So I think Lopez is coming on to give you that aerial threat. To maybe give you that aerial option. So now you have Lisandro Martinez, Lopez, and Julian Alvarez. And I think that's to give you an aerial option. So we're 109 minutes. We're in the second half of extra time. Well, 110th minute, sorry, folks. And Palacios, the Bayer Leverkusen man, and Lopez has come on. And once again, Kobel. We did identify Kobel to be a problem in the match preview. So, I'm kind of stunned into silence because there's not much to say, folks. Argentina not getting that penetration. Switzerland are going to try to force their way in the few moments they have into a counter-attack. And Argentina are going to have to come up with something special to break down this Swiss defense. So my laptop machine has cut off. Please put a mirror on your head. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So, Almada. Creating opportunities. Trying to stretch open this Switzerland defense. Lionel Messi once again going down that side. Lionel Messi with that favored area he likes to shoot in, but Kobel saving. They have a tall player in the box, which is Lopez. He's not afraid to get in there. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez, folks! The Spider-Man strikes! This is what Argentina needed. Julian Alvarez. Oh, yes, I understand what you're saying. I'm going to try to help you out. I'm going to put my reflection to help you out there. I understand. I will try to help you. I get it. I don't know why. I think a lot of people are trying to report my stream, but Julian Alvarez, Julian Alvarez coming to Argentina's rescue, folks. Coming to Argentina's rescue. They needed something special. They needed something special. Oh my goodness. They needed something special. Lopez coming on, doing well, and Alvarez showing what he's capable of. Showing what he's capable of. Julian, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, folks. Julian! Vamos Argentina, folks. We still have some minutes to go. Anybody who's an Argentina fan. But Switzerland have been defending for their lives. And it had to take something special. It had to take something special for Argentina to open that up. And they did. I think the introduction of Lopez created a little bit of a new dimension and was able to free up Lisandro. So now Argentina are going to have to see this out, folks. They can't play that dumb, defensive, sit-back kind of football. They're going to have... Switzerland are going to try to react now. So Julian Alvarez choosing a great time to score. We needed him. Somebody to do that. Well, Kelly, it's not over yet, Kelly. It's not over yet. I'm a veteran of this. Somebody's getting a yellow. Who is it? So Lopez getting a yellow. He doesn't know why. So I'm not sure. Somebody got a yellow. Somebody got a yellow. Redo, yes. Julian Alvarez. I'm seeing Sajib Shosain. So Jose Manuel Lopez, who plays his football in Brazil. So Montiel is telling him to shut up and get on with the game. And of course, Switzerland are going to go for it now. And just like the England game, I guess England have Bellingham, we have Julian Alvarez. Argentina 2, Switzerland 1. So I'm not sure what's happening here. So Switzerland are going to try to go for it now. And why not? And if you're an Argentinian, you're going to need all the experience of Otamendi, Montiel to really take control of this game. You know, Switzerland are capable of going at Argentina. So Nico Gonzalez. Sorry, I think that's Lopez getting the ball out. So they need to keep sharp in that right area. And, you know, perhaps get control of the ball and try to kill things off. Headed into the box there. Headed away by Nico. Well done. The ball just won't fall kindly for Argentina here. Switzerland have that gear they can switch on to, which caused them to get the equalizer. Emi Martinez with an excellent grab, folks. This is what you need, Emi Martinez. And it could even be a foul on Emi Martinez. So a substitution for Sweden. Vargas is on. Vargas is a great player. I actually thought he would have come on sooner, but I think because of the red card. Portuguese ref. Okay. So Emi Martinez doing well to grab that ball. He could have done better for the full. So both Emi Martinez and McAllister on the floor. And like I said, folks, it was going to take a moment of brilliance. Just like with England with Jude Bellingham. Argentina, while the focus was on Julian Alvarez. On Lionel Messi. Julian, the Spider-Man Alvarez. How many more minutes they have left? Kelly, I would say maybe about 7 minutes left. I would say about 7 minutes left. Look at that. Julian Alvarez. That's the Julian Alvarez we were missing. That's the Julian Alvarez that Argentina needed. That's the type of magic you need when you play against a strong team like Switzerland who are defending resolutely. But the game isn't over yet, folks. We've seen crazier things. Argentina could not... Wow. Lopez kind of suggesting that the ref got elbowed to the face. So Argentina now going to have to use their numerical superiority. Lautaro Martinez is good at pressuring up front. So you have both players headed out by Otamendi. We need the general, Nico Otamendi, to come on and close things off. And he's probably the right guy, Lautaro, trying to apply some pressure. He's the kind of guy that will apply pressure. And I think Argentina may have grind down the energy of Sweden a lot. So this is, if you're Argentina, you'll be happy now. You'll get possession. Switzerland are going to try to chase the game right now. and see what's going on. People in the TikTok as well. So Kelly, it's about 3 minutes from normal time, and then they will probably add on a couple minutes of additional time. So Sweden applying that pressure. So Debo Martinez. That pitch looks terrible, folks. I keep saying that. It looks awful. And, I don't, Sweden are going to try to apply some pressure. And Argentina are going to try to stop those attacks down that wing, which caused the first goal. And drawing a foul, I think. Is it a foul? So Lopez kind of looks like a Trinidadian, though. One of those guys, a little light-skinned Trinidadian. Folks, I can't relax. I'm only squirming in my chair. I am squirming in my chair. Oh, my goodness. Every game. I'm starting to wonder if this here is actually grey now. If it's actually grey. Switzerland have solutions in the box. Akanji is very good at heading the ball. So Argentina are going to want to get some meaningful possession. They've shown that they can't really do that lockdown thing that they used to do in the past. They're going to have to get some possession. Switzerland have nothing to lose. They're going to attack with no fear. So Argentina, Julian Alvarez getting the ball out too. Who is that? Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi is going to use his intelligence. And Messi was trying to put the nail in the coffin, but the defender getting a crucial interception. So this is great for Argentina to get a corner right now, but, Lionel Messi, folks. Lionel Messi, come on. So if you're Argentina, do you go straight for the corner? Or do you keep the ball and pass things around? Lionel Messi has done 2 games for such long lengths. Whoever is their strength and recovery coach is going to have to do a great job. Because if it goes like this, they're saying it's offside. If you're Argentina, you're going to be very annoyed about this. So let's see how much additional time they're going to get. 30 seconds away from the end of normal time. Let's see how much additional time you're going to get. Oh, my goodness. Valentina, welcome. Oh, my goodness. Just a couple minutes away. Just a couple minutes away, folks. A couple minutes away. My goodness. Every game since the knockout stage has been a nightmare. So Akanji. Argentina, I don't like when Argentina sit back like this. So 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes of added time. Amran Raz Taman, 4 minutes of, all it takes is one header in the box. And, a lot could happen in 4 minutes. So they're going to whip it in. And you could see that. Look, they're causing some problems. Nico Gonzalez using his speed. Getting the ball out. And, Argentina has that extra man. They want to try to keep some possession. That's why it's very annoying. Granit Xhaka fighting. Nico. Argentina could put the nail in the coffin here. A 3 versus 1 situation. Is that Nico? Is that a goal? Lautaro Martinez! Lautaro, El Toro, Lauti, Lautaro Martinez getting the 3rd goal. That is the nail in the coffin for Switzerland. I thought they messed it up. And this is it, folks. This is it. Argentina 3, Switzerland 1. Let me update my scoreline very quickly there. What a goal, folks. What a goal. What a goal. What a counter-attack. It takes so much pressure off of Argentina. Lautaro, Lauti, Toro, Martinez. His players stepping up for him this time. Julian Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, and McAllister. We were talking about that. And like I said, folks, this is it. I thought maybe Almada messed up here, but he did well to nutmeg his player. And Lautaro placing it around a very good keeper. He could not recover in time. And Lautaro with that composure to place it to the right of the goalkeeper. What is Scaloni saying? What is Scaloni saying? My goodness, folks. My goodness. Why must we suffer so much? Why must we suffer so much? Maria, social media, if you're seeing this right now, clip it. Clip it and put it in the highlights. What a nerve-wracking game. That's it, folks. There's no way Switzerland are going to come back now. That was the cushion that Argentina needed. I hope that they got it in the second half. And, Lionel Messi looks exhausted. And, Switzerland, 2 minutes left. I can't see them coming back, folks. I think Argentina kind of wore them down with a lot of the passing. And, it was always going to be like this. That should be a foul. The ref is letting it play on. Why are they mad? Are they going to do the whole... Every time a team lose, you're going to do that? He fouled him. Come on. Every single game. You don't get your way, throw a tantrum. It's not our fault that your player's an idiot and got himself sent off. So I'm seeing Amran, Raz, Taman. Everybody else in the TikTok as well. I'm seeing Valentine. So people in the TikTok, drop those likes and follows. We do have the EXTV giveaways. It's about 60 seconds away from the 4 minutes of added on time. Okay, 40 seconds. Through ball. And I said from the moment Argentina got that goal, the game was going to open up. I think that was a counter-attack they were trying to play for in regular time before Switzerland equalized. And I don't think they did a great job. I think Messi's trying to kill the game off here. I don't think they're really going for a fourth. I think they just want to catch their breath. And I'm getting little updates on SofaScore. I drank so much fluid. Folks, this has been a marathon day for me. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. And that's it. Is that it, folks? That's it. Argentina are through, folks. Argentina 3. Switzerland 1. Switzerland pushed us all the way, folks. They pushed us all the way. But in the end, Argentina grinding out results. It was not a great game. I think individual quality in the end came through. The moronic dive by Embolo in the end. Once again, Lautaro Martinez, Julian Alvarez. In big games, we were waiting for Julian Alvarez to really come to life in this tournament. Julian, the Spider-Man, possibly going to Barcelona, I don't know. I think I lost my voice again. Oh my goodness. Candice, everybody. All the hate watchers. You were happy for a little while. You all were happy for a little while. And Argentina, folks. Argentina, folks. Wow. Oh, I didn't stop my clock. Let me stop my clock. Let me stop my clock. Let me stop my clock. So Argentina 3. Switzerland 1. And Switzerland, my God, just like Norway. What is these teams, folks? There are no easy teams. So Argentina now qualify for the semi-finals. They face England. And they're going to have to play a lot better, folks. We're going to have to see what Scaloni does. I'm worried about Romero's injury. I'm worried about Nico Gonzalez's injury. And, they're going to have to really, I don't know. I trust Scaloni. I really do. But we're going to have to see what he's doing. So, folks, I'm going to step away for 1 second. 1 second. Don't you go anywhere. I'll be back. I'm back, folks. I am back. I am tired. I am exhausted. People in the TikTok. What a game. What a game. What a game. Argentina with goals from McAllister, Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, and Switzerland equalizing and self-destructing in the end. Getting a red card. A lot of people are going to complain about the red card. All you rigged idiots out there. I'm going to say that because it's ridiculous now. It was a well-justified red card. Switzerland were in the ascendancy. They looked like they were in control. And then the idiot dives. And the reason why it's a yellow, folks, it was a yellow card offense to Paredes. And when you have that mistaken identity, the equivalent charge is going to go to the other player. That second goal was special from our Uncle Sam. Where are you from, Uncle Sam? Let me know where you're from. Oh, my goodness. I think I lost my voice again. Every time. Like, I knew this, folks. I knew this was going to be a difficult game. But, oh, my gosh. So, Lionel Messi not scoring in this game and getting an assist. And he probably could have scored earlier. But in the end, his teammates stepping up. McAllister, Julian Alvarez, who has been, waiting for his first goal, really got it. And Lautaro Martinez. And this is what you want if you're an Argentina fan. You're going to want to watch Lautaro Martinez, Julian Alvarez, and your other players score goals. And in the last couple of games, they have stepped up. Enzo Fernandez scoring a header. Wow. What an absolute great goal. So, folks, we usually spend our last 5 minutes talking about the goal. And, it's very difficult to say that I keep saying Sweden. Switzerland could feel, frustrated. They played really well. They defended like champions. But realistically, from the moment you are a man down, it was always going to be difficult, folks. It was always going to be difficult. And they scored a great goal. I think Emi Martinez should have done enough. But once again, a lot of teams are able to get through that right side of Argentina's defense. And I think Scaloni is going to have to take a look at that. And clearly the first goal that was scored was a set play by Walter Samuel, because I saw all the players went over to him. And like I said, people in the TikTok as well, we're not just watching for fun. You're enjoying this. We're at EXTV Studios. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook. When you like and follow, you automatically qualify for the EXTV giveaway, where you can get a football jersey, club or country, and possibly a copy of EAFC when it comes out, 27 when it comes out. So, yep. So, Uncle Sammy from Trinidad. I think I remember you from other chats. So, Julian and Lautaro, yes. So, the two strikers stepping up for Argentina. And I have to say the introduction of Lopez may have shaken things up a bit for Argentina. I think it was the right move. And like I said, the thing about Scaloni is he's not like a coach that is immune to making mistakes. But he does learn. So Julian Alvarez, I know a lot of people, are saying, well, hey, the red card, blah, 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 blah. But it was justified. I don't have the energy to argue about that now, folks. I usually talk for a couple of minutes, but I'm starting to run low on energy. So people in the TikTok, it's been beautiful. We've been doing this for the entire World Cup. So be sure to follow us. And we're trying to get to that 1,000 mark. So I think we're maybe like 700 and something. So let's try to get to that 1,000 mark. And when you do that and when you follow, we'll see your name and we'll do a draw. And we had 2 winners already. So same thing, people in YouTube and everywhere else, you know this. Samuel, the GOAT of defenders. So you see where Lionel Messi. We spoke about this. We had our match preview. You could go back and look at it now. I did call that Embolo was going to be self-destructive in the first half. And so said, so done. So I will chat for a couple minutes. A couple of people were messaging me during the stream. I mean, they had to know I was watching the game. So let's see. Let's see, folks. Let's see what people are saying. People in the chat, everybody, let me know what's going on. Like I said, drop some likes in there and follows, and let me know where you're watching from. And Karen, who isn't here, he says he's dying at the moment. And Hedon, everybody else. So like I said, folks, I am completely roasted. I did the match preview. I was not feeling well earlier today. And, I did drink some ginger tea, did a nasal flush. We're doing some cleaning in the studio, and I hope that's what caused it. I'm going to wrap things up in a little while, but what a game, folks. We'll be doing reactions. We will be doing reactions to this game. And just, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure in a lot of ways to see you all share these emotions with me. I could connect with people all over the planet and really enjoy this particular style of interacting with people, these watch-alongs. You could tell that my energy level is low. My GOAT is back. Messi will win for sure. Vanessa, you're from Trinidad. Nice. You know, it's good to get involved. Sideline Tactics. I do watch some of your videos, Sideline Tactics. I give you a follow. So feel free to give me one as well. I love that there are other people doing this. Maybe we could collab one of these days, Sideline Tactics. What do you think? What do you think? I really like, you know, other people are competitive and try to fight each other down. I'm not one of those guys. So I like that. I love Interception Pod and all these other guys. And, you know, I really like to support people. I was the first to do it a long time ago and I didn't have that help. So I'm going to be the guy that I needed and make sure that I help you guys as much as I can. Because there's a saying, you know, the high tide raises all ships or something. I don't know. Basically, it means when the good thing about this is when we all help each other, we all benefit. Oh, you recently subbed to my YouTube. Thank you so much. We're trying to get to that 5,000 mark, and then James said he wants to get to 10,000. That's the other guy on the show. And on the TikToks, you know, we're trying to get the followers up. So I really appreciate that. So folks, check out his content as well, Sideline. And maybe we'll have a collab, maybe for one of the other games. Well, there's only a couple games left now. So, you know, maybe the France-Spain game. I invited Greg. And of course, so now we know who is facing each other in the semifinals. Argentina versus England. That is a classic matchup. France versus Spain. And like we said, folks, there's always surprises in tournaments. There are always teams that look like they're going to shock people. But usually, the big boys get to the top. And I said, and you can head over to extvmedia.com where we have our analysis. I did say the top 4 teams are France, Spain, Argentina, England. And the top 4 teams are in there. So, I mean, did Argentina play perfect? No, they haven't played perfect for the entire tournament. But this is the same way they played in the last World Cup. And they're going to have a real test against England. And we're going to see how that goes. But we'll deal with that bridge when we get to it. Mark Thomas. Mark, is that Mark from UTT? If that's you, Mark, it's been a while. Mark, I've been trying to get on to Kevin. I know I've disappeared off the face of the earth, but I hope that's you. I hope you're doing well. And Alistair and everybody else. I hope you guys keep in touch. And hit me a DM. We'll keep in touch. Eric Lewis Robbery. Yeah, of course, Eric. Robbery. Come on, let's be honest now. Let's stop the rig talk and look back. And look back at this video. I want you to look back at this video, Eric Lewis, 3368. Welcome, by the way. That red card was totally deserved. Mbolo, I would say, was doing nonsense since the first half. If you go back into my stream, and in fact, the person who finds that moment, clips it and tags me, will guaranteed get the prize. Whoever does it first. How about that? Mbolo definitely was playing this game of psychological warfare. I said it in the first half. If he doesn't calm down, he's going to get himself sent off. So he did. He tried to calm the ref. They were very okay when Paredes got the yellow. And when you have a mistaken identity situation, that is what happens. And it goes the other way if it was Argentina. So FIFA 3, Switzerland 1. Yeah, okay. Eric, come on, man. But welcome, by the way. I do appreciate people with different feedbacks, but I'm getting a bit tired of the rig talk. I think it's kind of crazy. So, folks, France taking on Spain, England, Argentina. I think those are the top 4 teams in the tournament. France are the outright favorites, I think. France and Spain are like a final. I was supposed to go to the Finalissima in Qatar, but unfortunately, due to the situation there, I didn't go. That would have been a great game. So De La Fuente versus Deschamps. And then you have Tuchel versus Scaloni. And I think, you know, this England test is going to be a real test for Argentina, folks. I think they're going to be a real test. A real test. So everybody in the TikTok. Yeah, he was. I've seen people in the TikTok saying that. He was playing that game. He was diving. He was rolling around. And from the moment he got the first yellow, if you go back in the chat, you'll hear me saying he needs to calm down. I say that some players know how to play those mind games. Some people know how to do it, and he doesn't. Some people are just not good at it. I played football at, I'm not a pro, so let's just get that clear. But I did work with the women's national team. I did work with professional teams. The highest level I played, I work around high professional individuals, and I can tell you, some players can do it, and some players can't. Some players rise to the occasion, some players can't, and that's just the reality. So everybody's sideline, everybody else, give me a follow on TikTok as well, Instagram, everywhere. When you do that, you automatically qualify for a chance to win the EXTV giveaways, which is a jersey, a football jersey, club or country, and also a copy of EAFC 27 when it comes out. And we'll be doing other giveaways as well. So we're live in the EXTV studio, so be sure. I saw, I'm trying to see it because the light is in my eye. Libra King, welcome. Thank you for the like. You have now joined the EXTV pool for the giveaway. And everybody else, I really appreciate it. Share with your friends. Let me know your thoughts. And if you missed the live, we have a lot of interesting content, not just watch-alongs. We have match previews. We have deep analysis. We had a preview today from SofaScore, which is a global data company. You guys could take a look at that and take a look at our preview. We have deep analysis with SofaScore. A lot of it is data-driven, not emotional-driven. And, so far we've got a lot of the predictions correct. And, folks, you can hear it in my voice. I am completely exhausted. I am going to go home and get some sleep. I really appreciate the likes, the follows, everything. You guys have been amazing. Even the people who disagree, that's okay. At least we are respectful. And I appreciate that. So everybody in there, like I said before I go, be sure to like, subscribe, follow. When you do that, you automatically qualify for a chance for the EXTV giveaway. So you could see for the people on the Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitch, you can see the follow handles. Of course, there's a QR code for the people who are on YouTube as well. You can scan and get WhatsApp notifications from us. And of course, folks, continue to be respectful. Continue to give your comments. I enjoy this World Cup experience with you all so far. I need to get a rest. I'm so exhausted. But thank you so much. And I'm going to wrap things up, folks. Like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure. Everybody, Eric, Mark Thomas, Candice Hiralal. If it's a Mark Thomas, I remember. Welcome back. I hope you're okay, Mark. Haven't seen you since UTT. People in the TikTok as well. Libra King, Jonas. Let's read some of the people. There's a lot of comments I didn't get to read. Sideline Tactics, of course. Welcome. And I really appreciate the like, folks. It's because somebody is reporting my TikToks. So when people, my followers were going up and then it stopped. So I really appreciate everybody in the TikTok here and the follows. So definitely some good games, correct? So these are the big games, folks. These are the big games. I think all the teams deserve to be there. I think Norway gave England a great run for their money. I see my cousin is calling me from Canada. You can see that, folks. So I want to say a shout out to Boot. If you're listening, I will take your call just now. I'm seeing your call, Boot. I will take it. Boot is one of my #1 fans, and I appreciate that. Where's Ali? Welcome. Where's Ali? I saw Where's Ali joined in as well. So also be sure to share with your friends. I see it on the screen. So I appreciate that, folks. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. Now I have a couple days to reboot, to recharge my batteries. We have a lot of content on TikTok, on YouTube, on EXTVmedia.com. I do have a lot of esports content. We have people like Shaka Hislop, Terry Finnick, and a lot of people. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe. We have the giveaways. And I may see if I could do some other giveaways as well. Not just those things. So Kutan, 2 beautiful semis. Yeah, they were epic. Much respect to Norway. Much respect to Switzerland. I said both games are going to be difficult, and they were. And in the end, teams like England and Argentina showed their grit and determination. Both teams did not play, quote-unquote, well, but they did enough to get through, and, that's what matters in the end. So I'm seeing Amran Raz Taman has liked. Thank you so much. And everybody in here, like I said, I'm going to wrap things up. And this song you're going to hear at the end, the people on YouTube are going to hear this. If you missed the live, you can come across and look at it afterwards. It's a beautiful intro from Nigel Rojas and Sun Syndicate called Champions. Not the Bravo Champions, so the CPL people. Which I'll return for that when the time comes. So I want to say a special goodbye to everybody. I'm going to rest, recharge my batteries. It's been beautiful. And everybody, even if you're not here for the live, share with your friends. Get them to like, subscribe. Give your comments, thoughts, and suggestions. We do read them all. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? Where are you from? We had a lot of people from all over the planet. Be sure to drop your problems and just drop your comments, not your problems. So Libra, God blessing. Have a great night. And I look forward to seeing you all for the next 2 games. The 2 semi-final matches. So we'll be doing that, and then I'll be heading to Miami for the 3rd place and the final. And I'll be doing, I'm trying to do a watch along there as well. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. And like I said, folks, I'm a fan of Argentina. I'm very happy right now. I'm exhausted. So I want to say, vamos, Argentina. What a game. You love to make us suffer. I don't know why, but it makes the victories all the sweeter in the end. You know, there's another tough challenge coming up. 3 Lions, Terry Fenwick. Terry Fenwick, who was here for the first show, former England international, he's here. So I'm going to wrap things up. So I'm going to sign off on the TikTok. People on the TikTok, before you go, give me a follow, share with your friends, and of course, you could scan the QR code and head over and drop your comments, thoughts, and suggestions. We do listen to them. Let me know what you think about the chat. What do you think about the layout? What do you think about our partnership with SofaScore and the graphics? So, with that being said, folks, Kirk Tallman, vamos Argentina. Thank you so much, Kurt. And make sure and share with all your friends. I see it on the screen, so I'll know if you all share it. So share with all your friends and let them follow. Candice, Eric, Lewis, everybody as well. Arman, I'm going to sign off. It's been a pleasure, folks. Goodbye. Ciao. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen. And people on the YouTube here, I want to say a special goodbye to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere else, and everybody else. Of course, they will say it's not a red, Eric. Come on. Because he's English. Of course he's English. Because every time Argentina wins, it's rigged. Every time. And it's honestly getting a little bit old. Respectfully, it's getting a little bit old now. It's getting a little bit old, Eric, and everybody else. So England must end this madness. Eric, it's been a pleasure. I do respectfully appreciate your opinion. And I can tell you this, I will never disrespect anybody. Like, you will never hear me disrespect Ronaldo on my show. I like Messi. I like Argentina. And I want to show people that they may have people like that, but I'm not one of those people. And I really like that you all can express your opinions, and yeah, you can express yourselves respectfully, and I appreciate that. So with that being said, folks, Eric, I always appreciate your opinions. Feel free to express it, and it's fine. You can do that. So I'm going to wrap things up and with this wonderful song from Nigel Rojas to Trinidad and Tobago artists and Sun Syndicate called Champions, and there's a Spotify link in there. I did 2 marathon sessions today, folks. You could hear it in my voice. I'm going to wrap things up. So it's been an absolute pleasure, and for your listening pleasure, Champions by Nigel Rojas and Sun Syndicate. So take a listen. Take a listen, folks.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Extra Time TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe.